I want this edited out too because I wasn't like this. We just freestyle.
We get okay.
Yeah. But just because I'm sure like the maximum crime. So they were like, yeah, I found. But I'm saying like you remember when that dude that was on the swimming team like had sex with that passed out girl by the dumpster, and they didn't do prison time. Like niggas that get caught scamming do football numbers for scamming.
Crazy numbers.
Yeah, and it's like very victimless. It's pretty lame.
Nah, crazy shit.
Funny. We're talking as soon as we start talking about scammers, here come the Atlanta nigga popping out.
I was gonna say, listen, my hands was itching. I said, no, niggas talking about getting some money unlawfully. What's going on, gentlemen? I apologize for being late. What did I miss?
You talking about how you credit card scammed about 300 white people from Boston and they're paying you $25 a month to listen to you talk.
20. But I like the way you think, King. Looking forward to 2022. I like the way you think, King.
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
Yes. Talk to him, Joe.
No, if you throw in Twitch, doesn't that work out to be a couple dollars a month?
We
can still pump it up. I'm just saying.
I'm fortunate.
Thankful, he says.
There we go.
But no, you said you made how much last month?
Let's get into the numbers for real.
Crush the numbers, damn. Listen, so far so good. I'll put it at that.
Hell yeah.
Nah, we were just talking about. I think so. He had said that you said 2 minutes, and I was talking about what I was planning on doing with school, and it somehow came to talk about like a credit card scamming.
Yeah, that's what he wants to do with school.
Yeah. But
was it school being a scam? Was that the link?
No, so I was saying like how you kind of I was like, if it was up to me with the cybersecurity job I'm looking to like end up in, if it's up to me, I'd rather be like either say I'm working from Greece this weekend because I've got my laptop, or I didn't leave the house this week because I didn't fucking want to. Just working on my own schedule, like I don't know. The choice. I just want that choice to always be like, this is what I didn't wake up to an alarm because another man said be here at 8. Like I'll be damned.
Shit, me.
Yeah, that was that. Just talking about that.
Real shit.
I just say like when the pandemic or when quarantine first started, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna be in the house for a couple months and it'll be cool. Now I'm like, no, like I don't miss people like that, but I do miss, like it's been over a year and a half just mostly in the house.
Bro, somebody said we about to go into the junior year of quarantine, and I can't stop thinking about that shit, man. We about to go into season 3.
I think it's pretty crazy that I don't know. I don't know if you guys like. It's just funny how media does this thing. Like now, even the commercials are now just like, "You deserve it. We're back outside," and it's like, am I crazy?
No.
Like they'll make you feel crazy where you're just like,
yeah.
Like, oh, people stopped dying. No, people started getting vaccinated, man. That's what happened. That's all.
They got a pill now. They got a pill now.
Was it ever real?
Vaccine pill?
Sure was. Do you know anybody that died? I sure do.
Yeah.
It's just like,
it's just so wild to me that that's the bar now. Like you ask somebody anything and they didn't die. It's like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Damn, my grandmother had cancer. Oh, did she die? Well, fuck that cancer then. Yeah. Like that's basically what you say. Like if she didn't die, is basically what people saying.
We only care about
the my nigga.
But they don't care about the death. I think that's what get me too. They don't really care about the death. So
niggas die every day, B. And you listen.
You will be all right. Cameron said it best.
Was it Bradley Beal that was like, I just lost my smelling for a little bit?
Yeah, I just lost one of my 5 senses for a little bit, but outside, Gucci.
Everything.
Outside, I was A-okay.
All right. Well, yeah, I guess I should go ahead and introduce the show officially.
Yeah, nigga, be professional. We got celebrities in town.
Yeah,
nigga.
all right. I feel like most of our listeners come from the Discord, so you probably already recognize the voice. But if not, we have very special guests with the Splash Brothers Luncheon today. All of our guests are special, but without this man giving us the opportunity for the platform last year, I don't even know if we would have started this podcast. So appreciate you, Mr. Tyler Withers, Trill Withers. Thank you for joining us.
No problem, man. Appreciate you guys. You guys even getting together and doing the leg work, right? There's a lot of people that got together. A lot of people didn't put together podcasts. A lot of people didn't. There's a lot of bums in the court, is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
thank you for having me.
Talk to let's get it started.
But bums money spends all the same, so keep sending in those tributes. I was gonna say
every month, nigga.
Yeah, I was
almost
gonna say
the first.
No, I was gonna say welcome to the Splash Brothers luncheon, but after this weekend, I think Jon Gruden will call us a firestorm or firestorm. I fucked up the joke. God damn it. A Michelin warehouse.
Dumb nigger for fucking up that
dumb nigger for that.
That's what he call you. But that's just him. I wouldn't call you that. I wouldn't call you that.
Well, either way.
Yeah.
Either way, like I feel like we gotta talk about that. And I was like, obviously it's sad for all the shit he was saying, especially like especially when they were like leaking the cheerleaders pictures and shit like that, like fucking criminal stuff. But at the same time, I was like, yo, kind of glad this happened today because we got Tyler coming on. And so
great timing.
It's actually funny you said that because it's like a 3-part. It rose into, for me anyway, because you guys, I listened to the Fun Report. Kane and Tyler have like very different views on the Chappelle skit. I wanted to hear what you guys thought about because you brought up the cheerleader thing. I don't know if you guys remember, but the Washington football team was in trouble not only for just being a blatantly racist name, but they were basically pimping out their cheerleaders on vacation.
That's what all this investigation is.
Yeah. So like I there's some connection between these news. I mean, these newsmen and John, like it's weird stuff. And then the NFL saying they're not going to talk about the Washington football team findings because this was like a whole investigation, and they just said they're not going to talk about what they found from that side. It's just kind of creepy, but. The Jon Gruden, Dave Chappelle skit, I think it's like a conversation that rose into each other from my perspective. So which one do you want to get into first, Jon Gruden or Dave Chappelle?
The cancel cult, yeah. Tyler, you're the guest.
Let's go Gruden, man. Gruden hot on my mind right now. Let's go
He's
Gruden.
in his current pack.
Let's get it on, bro.
Hold that thought. We gonna
10-year contracts don't just he's in this pack. He's smoking good.
I'm a man dying of thirst watching people drown. This is terrible, bro. This is
Balin
terrible.
is out. My bad.
Tap, bro. This is just tap, bro. Just
it's
do it for
where
me.
You at too? Yeah, 10-year contract, man. You got to get rolled up if you trick off a 10-year contract in Vegas.
In Vegas, bro. You just could have deleted your email.
Yeah, you in this pack, baby boy. You in
this? Smoke up, baby.
It seemed like he was
in
the
good
perfect...
with the owner. You were untouchable. You took that off. Oh yeah, you in here.
But here's what I really want to know. He resigned. I'm sure they had a conversation or whatever. But if he just didn't resign, were they going? It doesn't sound like they were. It sounded like they was that level of close, right? This didn't seem.
I think he was fired.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
I think he was. Okay, I think prior to and I don't know. Just the way this media thing, the way it was framed to us when this first comes out is there's this singular email to me anyway. There's this singular email where he said like. And you know how they try to play this a racial trope where he was being racist.
Right,
he said some racist shit, and he came out and said like, "My bad, I'm not gonna talk about it anymore." And
that was perfect.
I thought that was just that. But then like in a 24-hour span, like apparently like Mark Davis calls him. I think it was like a respect thing where he was allowed to resign, but I don't think he like makes it to that Tuesday if he says, "I'm not signing the paper." Like I think he was relieved of his duties.
That's fair. I think it also might have been. Listen. I know I said a whole lot worse than that. Like if I resign right now, it's like when a college team put itself on sanctions.
Yeah.
It's like, look, no, you don't know, no. We'll do that. You let us handle that. It kind of feel like that.
There's gonna be a tape coming out.
Yeah, because I feel like I think they said it was 650,000 emails.
Thousand.
We just only talking about what type of like if he's comfortable enough to send that.
Yeah.
What are they sending? Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like it's some foul shit.
Hey, that's why Facebook went down. Who was he sending these messages to? Like, cause I mean, it goes if you're sending it to the owner. This is a head football coach. He really shouldn't be that in good with another owner of a football team. But that's another conversation. Like, what type of fraternity do they got going on that he's a part of, where he can just like? Cause I don't care how. I wouldn't send a Gmail. I wouldn't send a text message with those things that he was saying to you guys. And I like you guys. But those are things that like, and I don't feel that way obviously as well.
Yeah,
but
throw that in.
Like,
Not because I don't feel that.
Throw that in there.
How comfortable are you through your work email to say these things?
Yeah.
Like, how comfortable is the person receiving these things? Like, if you sent that to me through my work email, no matter how close, I'm gonna just assume somebody hacked you. But I can't even have that.
I'm coming to your desk to ask you about it. I'm not replying back. Like, we're going. Did you mean to send it? Did you mean to call them niggas?
Why you say? I know we be calling them niggas, but you need to be sending that over there. Microsoft Teams?
Unencrypted.
It also, there was like Jon Gruden, I think it said it was 48 then. So it's like somebody, email wasn't always around for Jon Gruden's lifetime. Somebody had to teach Jon Gruden how to email. And somebody had to teach him to be comfortable enough in email to say these kind of things. That's the story I want. Like if somebody want to do some investigative
who was writing them email, who's ghostwriting his emails?
Yeah, like or who turned him to the dark side? Who was like, no, this is you can do some real foul shit online, John.
Let me show you this monkey emoji.
Right, yeah, I'm gonna show you some shit,
Let me show you how to Photoshop these tires on this black man's lip.
Jesus Christ, man.
Wait, listen. Can we admit that's fucking hilarious, dog?
Yeah, I laughed when I first. I was like, hey. I ain't heard that one.
It was, and then I don't know if you guys all did. We all looked them up, and you're like, damn.
That nigga do got some missing lips, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Listen, he's a racist. He's not a liar. Not a capper.
Nah. I mean, and it sucks too, because I mean, he fucked himself out of. He can't come back on TV after this.
Oh, yeah, it's clip for him.
I mean, he got to play that OAN Fox News if that's the way he want to go.
I don't like by the way I saw a player already posted like we're doing this season for you type deal. I think he might be one of those type of racists where like there really are black people that think he's got a good heart type deal. Like he might just be. I don't know. Like
I think that's football, man. Like these niggas just don't care, though. They just ride
for each other, man.
It's like it could be 3 murderers in here, man. Can you throw the ball? Can you block for them? Like football, they just don't care.
That shit crazy, dog. That shit crazy. Look at it, like the only thing that brings up to mind is like I remember that one baseball player that did that terrible thing to that kid, and he was like a prospect. They was gonna draft him, and the main part of that conversation was like, are they gonna accept him? Or the team is gonna accept? Like, what team takes Jon Gruden back after he says all that? You feel me?
Patriots.
Like
Patriots are gonna leave
with a raise, a handsome raise. I'll say. So y'all don't think he ever works in the NFL in any capacity again? I think, like you were saying, like it's just 2 old boys club, man.
I think.
Now head coach, I don't know, but somebody's analyst, assist, some BS, you know what I'm saying, something to get him 6 figures. I think he get back in the door.
It's not even like I'm not trying to sound like that guy on it. I really think had it been just the DeMorris emails, not even because like I think like LGBTQ has more. I just think. He like America don't care about hurting niggas' feelings. Like that's okay. It's a truth. Right. But you can't like niggas gonna be hurt. We're just not enough of a population like affect your bottom line. So like it was like he just needs to show that I'm apologetic for it. You can't have a nigga saying he did double down. He just said I'm sorry, and they were gonna let him move on. He coached the game. But now it's just like, hey man, you said it all. Like he talked about Roger Goodell. Like Roger Goodell probably wasn't trying to be like I'm trying to say it. He said terrible things about everyone.
It was a clean sweep.
Yeah.
Reported Adam Schefter.
He had to let somebody out. Who you think he left out?
Himself. He was pretty mean about everyone.
I don't know. I mean, the Asian community got off light, but we haven't seen all those emails. To be fair,
damn Italian.
Yeah,
about 639,000 to go through. I think the Asians might have caught it straight or two.
I think that you bring up a good point though that like will help his path back to the NFL. He showed the thoroughness necessary to lead a championship team. He covered every single race. The bigotry was shared around. You know, you gotta have that type of commitment if you want your team to be successful.
He know how to offend the locker room.
Shit, man. And then he coached.
Everybody
I still can't
that shit like that works because it's like, hey, listen, man. I think it's the Belichick shit, right? I don't care if y'all all hate me. Mm-hmm. If y'all unite to hate me, that's fine. If he was willing to play it like that, I don't know if he built like that. I don't think he is. But if listen, y'all can hate me because I hate y'all. So y'all,
every single
I hate
one of
you.
y'all.
I hate you.
Especially you.
Yeah.
I don't even know you.
Steve, I hate you double.
I mean, I always got the vibe from Gruden that he was a players coach. Because I don't think he's a very good coach anyway. But like, it was always like he's like a players coach. So like, this was just like, man, is he just like super charismatic? And the answer is yes. Because like, even when he's interviewing those QBs, man, it's just like he just seems like a guy being a dude. He's just a guy being a dude.
Yeah, you want to like John. He seemed like on the surface, he a football weirdo, but he seemed like a nice enough guy. You want to like him.
I did hear that he said they heard Notre Dame's fight song when he lost his virginity.
Right.
Oh yeah, he admitted that. He volunteered that. He's
unprovoked.
Again, he's a football weirdo. Like I thought that was the line. Like it's football weirdos and it's bad guys. He's a bad guy. He's not just a football weirdo.
Yeah.
He's a bad guy. I mean, but I don't know. I guess with all this being said, I'm also part of the like, man, listen, where do we draw the line for what did this dude do something where he doesn't deserve to ever be employed again? And he didn't do anything where I don't think he deserves to never be employed again.
I don't think
he be the head coach for the Las Vegas Raiders on a 10-year contract after saying those things? Yeah, probably not. But he can probably be somebody's football consultant in 2 years.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying.
Think it's just, I think it's just. I mean, they'll definitely shit. I wouldn't be surprised if the Redskins. I'm sorry, the Washington football team. See, that's me. I'm next. I'm next, guys.
Work again.
Hurricane Gruden out here. It's ugly out
here. Make sure they know who said that. I mean, okay, how about because all right, my line for like, can you work in the NFL again? Mine has always been the same, and I don't hear it very often. It's Dante fucking Stallworth. You were drunk and high and hit a man with your car and killed him, and you played again. So
beat the charges though.
No, they took his license for life.
That is not charges. That's
probation.
Oh, no. Well, it was just, I'm saying, I was like, but he did that shit. Not like.
No, he did for sure.
Yeah. No,
the way he got off.
It wasn't the penalties he should have or could have gotten.
He was on the interstate. A guy was on the interstate. It was a thing. It was like, yes, I was drunk and high.
Oh, I thought it was like a regular street. Like a red light type deal.
Maybe it was a thing like there was not pedestrian like that. Honestly, I think that's the reason he's not in jail right now. He's like, listen, I was off a beam. I was sliding. But that man should not have been in.
Somebody was going to hit him.
Your Honor, the club was crazy that night. But he should not have been there.
Right.
Yeah.
I had the Bentley. I've got the best brakes on the road.
Okay, I was a kid when that happened. I thought that maybe he hit him in a more like a situation where that dude had the right to be okay.
Yeah, I mean the point stands though. Like it's like Ray Lewis. I don't know if y'all remember Leonard Little. He was a defensive end, played for the Rams. Y'all familiar with him? Mm-hmm. He drunk drove, killed a lady. But she was either a photographer for the NFL or her husband was a photographer for the NFL. And so they like had their come to Jesus meeting or whatever. And then this nigga got arrested for drunk driving again. That's where it's like, come on, man. Like once you kill somebody, listen, you fucked up. But after they caught him, they caught him again.
You can even get to like the real suspension Ray Rice got or Greg Hardy playing again. We can like name real crimes in the NFL. Like I'm not saying those are just like ones where like we need to get better as like a society. There's ones that like they've committed things that we're all together on. We're just like, man, that was horrible. He played that.
Played on
Listen,
Sunday,
Tyreek Hill, like
beat the shit out of his wife and kids.
Listen,
won a championship.
All Kansas City heard is he ran a 4.2 what?
Mm-hmm.
That's the game, man.
Hey, man, yeah. Antonio Brown had a good game a couple weeks ago, and people.
Antonio Brown even interviews different. Something like somebody got in his ear and said, "Listen, man, this is not the NBA."
I think all he wanted to do was get to a situation he wanted to be in. Now that he's in one, he Gucci. You don't have a care in the world.
It was no one's ever questioned like he doesn't come to work and work hard. But he was acting an ass in Oakland where it was like, hey man, like your spending habits have not changed since they cut you. like something happened, man, because like he went from like even the tweets, because it was like post Robert Kraft, like he was tweeting crazy.
No more white woman.
Then it was like, hey,
yeah.
Listen.
Hey man, some of the things is facts. Let's not act
somebody
like
called your agent and said
was
one more tweet. You seen what they did to that one man. We don't even say his name. We will never hire you again.
Listen, no more white woman, Ben Roethlisberger trick y'all and Boo Boo Smith-Schuster? AB, bad guy, not a capper.
I think what it was,
not a capper.
He got
and if you remember the full quote for No More White Woman, it's, I know I said no more white women, but I lied.
You did lie.
And that's, hey, listen.
And that's honest. That's an honest man.
Oh, Tyler, by the way, the video that started that terrible tweet, I'm 99.99999% sure the audio from that is the sound of a man finishing aggressively.
Finishing what? What you mean?
What you talking about? I'm scared.
What you mean?
He is reaching the mountaintop like no one I've ever heard before, or you apparently, because you said it's like pound for pound. And I'm saying they took that
I know what you're talking about.
and put it over that little phone, and it sounds like someone. But the scream is a real man. Let's just say he was the mayor of Pound Town.
Listen, that nigga was the president. Like this.
The scream is like, because every time I hear the video, I'm like 99.999% sure that's what that's from.
Oh, listen, I can't imagine this from it. What else would elicit that? You know what I'm saying? Like if you won $1 million, you wouldn't act like that. If you got hit by a car, you would. You know what I'm saying? Like,
could you scream that loud out of grief?
Maybe.
Mama, no.
I don't want to find out, but maybe.
Grandma's dead.
Mama's dead. Oh no. Even it was okay. I don't think you could do that for grief because it was a sustained. Yeah, I feel like the grief would be grief yell would be broken up. The sustain that man was 100 decibels.
Videos like that, man. It's always something subtle that makes it perfect. It's the fade out. It's the pan out that makes it perfect.
Like, and you can hear like the little kid like saying something from I guess the original clip. That's what takes me out. That's what kills me.
Hello. This is pain.
Is this 555? Yeah. Okay. Quick question.
Yep.
If it's that type that has you yelling like that, do you want it in your life or keep it far away from you? I'll go first. Keep it away from me.
Hey,
listen. Okay. Listen, I'm with you, brother.
She better be rich. She better be, because I can't imagine like being able to function normally. But if she's rich and I ain't got to do nothing, you know what I'm saying? Then
man, me and Baylor, I think me and Baylor are the same age. How old are you, Baylor?
I'm 26.
Okay, you're a year older than me. So I'm at the point in my life where
think you can beat it.
I know I need it away from me, but I got to have it.
I was gonna say he think he can beat it.
I got to have it.
I was young once. Trouble teen. I was one.
Bro, you don't want it, bro.
You don't want that in your life, man.
I've seen too many.
Did you hear the way that man was screaming?
That's exactly. You don't want that in your life, man.
Okay, but would you want to experience it at least once though, right?
Once is enough. Once is enough.
I feel like people say that for heroin.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. Yeah.
They don't just do it just once.
Well, just because because I remember Bomani, he told a story about one of his teachers tried heroin once. I was like, it was so good that he was like, nope, never again. No, I can't hang out with you no more. I can't. Yeah.
Traditionally, that's how it goes. Yeah, Bills, I'm just gonna smoke one crew. That's it.
Yeah.
One crack rock gonna get me straight, and I'll be good.
Yeah, a little something after dinner.
I think it's funny you brought up crack, because crack, like,
a sentence. What a sentence.
No, like, I have this.
I've been thinking about crack.
About crack being like, you see it in like just TV and movies. How at one point in time, crack was very casual. Like, there was a point in time where smoking crack, you weren't like, the way a crackhead, the way I look at you now is like, man, you haven't heard the history of this thing. At that point in time, it was like, you off that new shit. So like, I wonder if there's anything we do now where like in the future, they're gonna be like, damn, bro, you still fuck with the like
painkillers, them perk 30s. Oh yeah, them perk 30s.
Listen, I feel like it's gonna be cigarettes. I feel like they're gonna be like that's you're not getting no type of like.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah. What are you like?
What are you doing?
You
do a real drug, Cal. Like if you're gonna
mess up your teeth, yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna smoke this every single day and don't get nothing out of it, but
Bad breath.
Bad breath, like
Yeah.
grow up.
Something nice to go
Grow
with
up.
a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
Nasty.
Yeah.
Nasty. So Trilly, I gotta ask you, my boy.
Hit me.
Crack or heroin? You gotta pick one.
What is this turning into, man? Come on.
It's like fuck,
Hey,
marry,
listen.
kill.
You gotta pick one.
You know
bro.
what?
Crack or
How
heroin.
long has that question been on your heart?
Bro,
Yeah, so
I've been
I
wanting to
gotta ask you
Trill
this.
this question,
I gotta know,
bro.
my boy.
I gotta know, bro. I gotta know
Oh,
which one tickle you. Which one if you gotta pick one, bro.
If
you
I
gotta
had-
pick one.
If I had to pick, I think I'd go crack.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing though, because this is a social experiment. White people do not pick crack, bro. They always
Interesting.
they always pick heroin, and that's crazy to me because we've all seen Requiem for a Dream. We've all seen mad rock stars die off the shit. How many celebrities died off crack for real? Like for real.
I've never heard of a crack overdose.
No, it's happened. But I mean, it's one of those. Rick James was doing like thousands of dollars of crack a day. Keith was Keith Richards, buddy for rolling. Like
What's
either
the
they
name?
was they were
Yeah.
smoking mid or like if y'all was doing drugs.
Richard Pryor,
like,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Richard Pryor.
Well, I think one thing also when I first think heroin, I think of injecting it, and niggas don't fuck with needles.
I think that's a good point too.
Niggas don't fuck with needles.
I just think of
If
my
I gotta
dog
stab
Bob
myself
Williams,
to get
man.
high, I'm cool. I don't even really I don't think niggas fucked with pills until if niggas would rather have to just smoke something than a pill too. Like I didn't think pills was like kind of like I think that's like in the last maybe 15, 20 years.
That's a kid. That's for the kids, man. That's y'all's. That's y'all.
Y'all, you talking to
Yeah.
y'all?
Man, you with me, my bro? Like you just asked the old folk about crack and heroin like it was vintage.
Right? Yeah.
With
How I asked you. Perk 30. Nah.
But
Bro, I'll be listening to my little brother's music. This one rapper named Shawnee Bin Laden. Every third bar, I'm off the perk, it got me itching. Every third bar is perk this, lean that, and I'm just like, bro, it goes, but it's like everything.
Doesn't it go?
Nah, these young niggas is still in Future's. They're all in his bag with the crying out for help rap. Like over a great beat, just saying, "Listen, I'm down bad. I could use a helping hand."
Yeah,
this nigga Future spit. I feel that. Just
stop.
Yeah, who am I?
I need some help.
Yeah, right. Yeah, what?
I'm abusing these drugs to numb the pain, bro.
Yeah.
That's exactly what Codeine Crazy was, and everybody was like, "Facts." This nigga's going. Like,
I can't believe he made a music.
I need help.
Like, he was really like, he should have said that to a therapist. Like, I like to believe like Future came out and said, "I'm not doing drugs the way I say in my music," and I don't think he'd be functioning if he was like in every song also as high as he was in every song. Like, that's not functional. But he's got some demons because you don't make that shit up.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. What he said, if you think you've done more drugs than me, you must be hallucinating. Is that the bar?
My man said on Teen X, I'm starting to feel like a rich dope fiend. He said that. Yes, sir. Future said that. I'm starting to feel like a rich dope fiend, bro.
Yeah,
he's 43.
He's not a young man.
No.
I assume he has like a liver on standby, like just to replace when it's time.
Wow.
Casino.
Yeah, he get casino.
Who is it? Dope Easy. He just lets him drop on the label because he has his kidney.
Yeah, he's just thinking one day.
Man. But that actually leads to like one of the questions I wanted to ask Tyler, like, because were you in Atlanta when like Future blew up? And I know you were there when the Migos. So like, what was that like? Like, what's it like in Atlanta when these dudes blow up? Migos too, and
man, that shit was like Migos, Future in particular. That shit was a great time because I remember Future, astronaut status maybe it might have been before that was like right when I moved to Atlanta, like got a job, had a couple dollars in my pocket. That's when Future started popping. So this nigga was making like the exact type of music that I needed to hear. And it's always, you usually, anywhere you at, you kind of hear people playing it, and you hear a different song. Who was that? Future. You hear a different song. Who was that? Future. That's how you get on. Then he's in the strip clubs. Then he's on the radio. Then he's doing mixtapes. So all that leading up into, I feel like the mixtape run is when I don't want to say crossed over, but I do feel like he got like a different level of fame with Monster, 56 Nights, and third one I'm thinking of, I'm missing.
Beast Mode.
Beast Mode. Yeah, that's when I feel like and then he followed it up with Dirty Sprite 2, and that's when he's like, I'm here now.
Right.
But the whole run, but like he's just made good music this entire time. And whenever niggas ready to put him in like the all-time greats, I'm ready for that conversation. He's given enough.
Yeah.
It's been a legit decade now.
I consider Future to me is a legacy act at this point. Like there's nothing he can drop or release where it's like, damn, my nigga fell off. It's just like, all right, he just Future.
He gets a respect list and either way.
Like at this point, rappers like him and Drake still have like they still have the potential where he gave us Michael Jordan on that last finals run, a 40-point night. But if not, the baseline is still about 28 to 30.
Yeah,
but,
right.
Like so, I mean, like Future's next tape could still be some shit like, oh, he reached all the way in his bag, or it was just like he kind of was. I mean, because like even when you feel like he was chilling, it's just like I didn't dislike anything about this. The worst thing Future can do at this point is probably make a project too damn long. And that's just like him playing that numbers game. But other than that, like if Future gave me 6, it's gonna be 6. Like, I mean,
and 4 of them gonna be bangers. Like, that's just the math.
One of them gonna have Drake on it. One of them gonna be alright. You know what I mean?
One of them have Meek Mill for some reason.
So I think Future's come up is interesting because Future's come up is about, I wouldn't say the last, but like I'd say his era of like the people that came up are they were about the last the people that kind of had to come up. Like they did the regional thing where like, so the song with YC, Racks on Racks, that's the nationwide hit. But in terms of like, I was living in Detroit. I moved from Detroit when I was 15. So I first get introduced to the first song I ever hear about Future is Hey My Mama Said Fuck It. That's when I'm first hearing Future. But then it always works out like this where you say, oh, that's the nigga from Racks on Racks. And then
that's exactly it. You hear, oh, that's him. Oh, that's him.
Yeah. So then I'm gonna tap into this, and now I'm a Future fan. So like but by the time I've heard "Hey, My Mama Said Fuck It," Future's already a star in Atlanta. Like, so like that's just so like I feel like Atlanta's one of those places where he probably could have wrote that I'm already a star in Atlanta. He just took that step. Like there's niggas in Houston that you've never heard of that are fine financially and stars like
listen,
a nigga named
Slim Thug already platinum.
I've never heard a song by that is very fine in Houston. They stand by Zero. They'll fight about Zero. So
listen, I like Slim. Like I think he made good music, but I love naming your first album already platinum. He's like, it don't matter. Like it don't matter. I can sell 4 records. It don't matter. I'm good. It just don't matter.
Good.
But yeah, it's the thing. Like I'm like every city probably got their own guys. Like you was hearing about them before the nation was hearing about it. But it's because I feel like in Atlanta I was relatively late to like he already had maybe 2 or 3 mixtapes before I was like, okay, I'm gonna listen.
What's the Dirty Sprite? The first one with the purple cover.
Yeah, see that was Dirty Sprite was already out because I remember going back to that one. That's when I was like, oh, this nigga's for real.
Yeah.
Then like FBG's mixtape came out. I think 1000. I don't know the order. He was just on like just working. Then he started doing the features. He was on R&B shit. He was with Drake and Wayne, and then came the mixtapes, then the albums, and
I'd say the hardest thing for me, I think they get a bad deal just because I don't know. I wouldn't say I let white people poison my mind. I just been from Detroit. It took me a little while to like understand how niggas from the South spoke. Like it wasn't even like mumble rap is one thing, but just like niggas from the South, like it was just like a whole different dialect. So like I hated Gucci not because like I couldn't even say if he was whack or not. I just don't know what this nigga's saying. I'm not trying to be square. Like I legitimately don't know. I'm black, bro. Like I'm with you. I just don't know. And then one time I'll never forget it. This changed my life. I'm in the back of my friend's Charger. We're passing around a blunt allegedly, and they played Trap House 3. And for some reason, the gas. When I told Partner Being the Pressure, I now can understand the way Gucci's speaking. I don't know if at this point I've been in Kentucky long enough, and it just had hit, and I'm just like, whoa. So
what part of Kentucky you in?
I was in Fort Campbell, Kentucky.
Okay, it's north, ain't it?
It's right on the border of like Hopkinsville and Clarksville, Tennessee. Over by Austin Peay.
Lord, yeah, you way out there.
Yeah, now I live about an hour from Lex, but
Good.
Yeah. But so like what was I speaking about before I started talking about
just
Gucci? You never understand him.
So like once I like finally for some reason understood WAP, now like I love Trap House 3 in a different way, just because one, it's got I heard Trap House 3, you know, all the bangers. But now I can go back and now I love My Kitchen the way I was supposed to. And niggas in Detroit didn't fuck with like Gucci. I won't say it was a them, it was just a me thing. I was kind of a lame. I was one of them niggas that wanted to tell you that.
Hey, look, that's self-awareness. That's growth. That's self-awareness. That's growth.
I'm not part of this gotcha Olympics, bro. I'm not one of those people that have to be like, I was perfect back in the day. Like I can say I've had a bad take. Yeah, I thought.
Listen, to be honest, you saying that's what's make me feeling really old. Like when you said Trap House 3, I remember taking a friend home from school in high school. He was like, put this in, and it was Trap House 1, like the first Trap House mixtape. That was the first time I heard Gucci Mane.
Oh no.
And I was like, yeah, so that because I was in Macon, Jeezy's from Macon, then Gucci came. So like all through that, I was already in. Yeah. So all that when Gucci shot the dude from Macon, all that, they had a rap group, all that I was in. And it was from Trap House, just that wow. I was in, man. Okay, I've been a Gucci fan since.
Where was Tell That Girl? Which one was that from? Was that because that's Tell That Girl what she wanted? No, not that one. I mean that's a song that's on there, but Susie.
Gucci the hardest working man I know. So.
Right. But the whole
I think I love her.
I think she was that one.
I love the things about her, but I don't love her.
Which was that? Was that Trap House?
That
because it was like 09.
Like this nigga was he releasing like 3 albums at a time and like 2 mixtapes in between. So
that was the first time I heard Nicki Minaj too. Was on whatever.
Yeah, now Gucci, he one of the best A&R. Like he just put mad producers. Mad producers, mad rappers on.
Underrated.
Starting with Gucci.
I can't think of many rappers like this is like. What's that dude Barry Gordy level? Like the people he are touching, just like in hip hop, like
his coaching tree, like real shit. Yeah.
Part of what makes Pooh Shiesty great is the things he's doing in the streets. But in terms of just like his ear to say, man, like I think this guy has like it's part of the ear, the eye, like a lot of guys can rap, but can't. You know what I'm saying? Like he sees stars. Like Pooh is a star. Pooh Shiesty's a star. The Migos.
That nigga gonna have to sit down for a little bit though.
You'd be lucky to find one of those. Gucci just does it like
dog.
Yeah.
The thing,
Walker.
It was in his book. He was like, when I got out of jail one time, he was like, I said I needed to work. I need to stay busy. I told anybody, if you show up here to Patchwork Studios ready to work, I'll work with you. Like we'll do a whole album. That's how he's got entire album. Like he wasn't just doing a couple track here or there with the Migos. He got like full album. He got Free Bricks, like 1 and 2 with Future. He got tapes with Dolph, tapes with Walker. Tapes with Juice Man, like everybody. He's like, if you show up to work, we'll do a tape. You see who showed up to work? The ones that's pretty much still here.
Except for Juice Man.
Juice, he in the streets though. He made the financial decision.
Juice Man's like one of those guys I was talking about. Where like he's probably very satisfied with being just as famous as he is. Like good in every hood in Atlanta. That's Juice Man.
Yeah, he don't. Like what's being popular in New York City do for Juice Man? And LA, what is that? It's cool, but what does that do for
him? Able to walk in the mall everywhere in the world, like it seems fucking awful. He can buy whatever he wants, and he's OJ the Juice Man. He's very happy.
He good forever. He good forever. Quarter brick, half a brick. That's fine.
Bro, I promise you, like a lot of people say it and don't mean it, but being famous looks god awful.
Yeah,
trash, dog.
Big facts, bro.
To be a slave to who you are, like a couple girls maybe appreciated on me for my name, but damn, what came with it though?
Right.
Someone gonna have you screaming like dude in that
Hey.
Ooh, yeah, that's a fact. They giving you getting their best effort every time.
It's a target on your back. Yeah, they coming to play.
Yeah.
Nah, bro. I can't. I'm not about trying to be outside somebody's window crying, talk about why you being weird to me. No,
rocks
I
and
can't.
shit. Yeah.
Can't do that, man. I can't go back.
Trying to follow a bitch back on LinkedIn, like, talk to me.
Baby, I'm sorry I showed up at your job
Adding a
unannounced.
girl on LinkedIn is nasty. That is so nasty.
No comment.
Would like to connect.
Now, you know what's really nasty work? Just speak of LinkedIn. This was some real shit. An ex was helping me like with my resume on LinkedIn. LinkedIn, the wackest shit in the world. Show, hey, so-and-so just viewed your profile. Who just viewed my fucking profile? My ex. So she sees that, oh, what y'all got going on? Oh my God. I'm like, literally nothing. This was her Hail Mary shit. And I'm acting right. She's like, oh, let her help you with your.
Oh,
yep.
Let her, you can stay on her couch since she's helping you.
Yeah. I didn't even do shit. Like I didn't even.
Yeah, that's the worst.
I didn't even do anything.
That's the worst. When you being good too.
Right. Hate to see it. You really hate to see it.
Like, do you see this missed call? It don't say I answered it. It says missed call.
Why is she calling you? I missed the call. I don't know. Like what?
Hey,
oh my God.
Quick random thought for Tyler. I know I pay for it, but this isn't a fucking kink. Every time you bring up the Lions, it hurts. Again, I know. Like I clicked on your face, yes, but this shit is crazy.
Listen, I can be more mindful of that, but I want you to know that it comes from a good place because I want better for you.
Yeah,
I want better for you.
I want you to know. It's to the point now. I don't believe in the sunken cost theory. It's not that. It's just that I'm so arrogant that I believe personally that my life is so terrible that if I jump off, then they'll succeed. And if that happens, I'm gonna just rather suffer because my life is already horrible. They're just adding to it. So it's just like if my life is gonna suck, and then if I jump off that, if I quit that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll be damned if they go win a Super Bowl, and I'm like, damn, but I was kind of off. Like, I need to feel it. It's either I die, just like Lions fans have lived and died natural deaths.
Yeah.
Like, no, he ran miles a day. He lived to 89. You know, so it's just. So
I'm breathing, man. I don't know what to say.
Bro. Listen to what you talking about.
Yeah, I know the first death is confusing as fuck. They're like, Bob just stopped. And it.
Here's the thing. You said you 25, 26? 25. So I think it's just a numbers game at this point. You're betting your 25 years versus the Lions 50. How long the Lions been terrible?
75.
Ever.
You know what I'm saying?
It's not a but the emotional detachment is real. To be emotionally attached to the Lions would be crazy. Like I watch Lamar Jackson on Sundays. Like if I like have two streams up, they may be up on the laptop if they're playing someone good, but like they don't even earn my viewership. That's like, I don't believe they deserve that. I think I can still be a fan of a team and not support them. Like, I don't support what they're doing right now. Well, I think right now they're like a cultural change. They were losing in style, I guess. But
when have you liked what they're doing?
Never.
That's my exact point.
Wait. We had a year where there was a Calvin Johnson and Dominican Sue match staff, like Nick Fair. There was
Jim Caldwell.
Yeah. When we had Jim, we fired him like 2 years later.
That's exactly the point. The best year you had, and they got this nigga out of there for Matt Patricia, right? Was that when Patricia came in? Somebody else. Matt
Patricia, yeah.
And he was garbage.
But you got to. So this is teams that are making the playoffs. So I'm tuned in 16 weeks a year. So like once they do this, I am a fan of Detroit Lions, but I don't support what they got going on. That's not winning football. They need to show me that they're trying to. They need to show me that they're trying to win. Like I stopped watching the Pistons to this year, but the Pistons aren't going to make the playoffs. But they're showing me they're trying to be successful in the future. I can support them. This is we're trying to build for something. What the Lions are doing is disgusting. That's.
But how will you know when they're on the right path? How do you know what that looks like?
It's so sickening because I view Matthew Stafford very different from like the regular media. I'm more like aligned with like Bomani, just like this is the most. He's like white Cam Newton, but worse. It's like, how's Cam Newton's had much more success, but y'all talk about him like a dog. Like
Stafford don't get no flack, dude.
Yeah, like number
Ever.
one recruit, went to Georgia, didn't win shit, went to the Lions, didn't win shit. He's just Matthew Stafford, whatever. So it's like, I think the only way, honestly, would be an ownership change or just like a player that like you can't snatch like victory out of his jaw. Like it would be like something, because like Calvin Johnson, as good as he was, like it's a dependent position. Barry Sanders, as good as he was, it's a dependent position. There's only one, like if we had drafted Lamar Jackson, so you can't take, like only the coacher could take success out of this guy. Like if he's on the field, there's only so much we could take.
You know what culture could take that out of Lamar Jackson?
The Detroit Lions.
I think that's fair. Because you talk to a former Bengals
Black City, I'm not sure how much. I think like Lamar would have done great with Detroit, to be honest.
Maybe so.
Hey man,
I don't think there's a cause for like a white backup in a city like Detroit for Lamar Jackson type player. Seriously,
but the thing, best case scenario is he plays Hall of Fame football for a decade and retires because the organization failed him. That's kind of the precedent.
Yo, bro, this
like that's just
that sound like when you telling your homegirl leave that nigga. And she just finds
you said that's exactly what. Listen. He's a good man. I don't even really be tripping. I don't even really be tripping.
Being on you, baby.
Right.
You gotta listen.
Bro, what's next on the topics?
I seen him out with a baby last night.
What's next on the topics, man? What you want to get Tyler?
Y'all been watching ball, man? What y'all?
Y'all seen Marvin crazy, man? Come on, what we got going on, man?
Hey, nigga, yo, you seen that Squid Game shit?
What y'all listening to these guys?
You that Squid Game shit yet?
Yes.
Y'all bumping that Drake or not?
All I'll say is that we can move on from that. But I've been trying to get Pele to come to the other side. Come be a Cowboys fan, man. A Cowboys fan. Fan.
Listen to this nigga, bro.
But I'm in the sweet spot, Tyler. I've been trying to explain to these boys what I'm talking about. I'm a non-emotionally attached Cowboys fan.
That's what Pele said. Listen to y'all.
No. Pele, you cannot get me upset like Pele just got upset. I don't. If they, my whole
the Cowboys aren't as bad as the Lions.
No, what I'm saying this, but I'm saying how it is when we win, I talk shit. If we lose, something happens. It's like, they're the Cowboys. Like I can't be touched. I'm just here. Like I'm here for
the vibes. You're here for the vibes.
Yeah, I'm here for the vibe. I'm here for the vibe.
I respect
maybe
that.
Yeah. Marion Barber jersey. So,
wait, who's your team, Balin?
I root for black quarterbacks not named that don't play in Houston.
Yeah, we don't discuss nasty.
Yeah,
he's a big Dacker.
I root for half of that. The half that ain't get stomped out.
The half that Dak don't root for.
The half that Dak look in the mirror and hope he wake up being Uncle Russell. Dak wake up every day hoping he wake up with Revitalago every motherfucking day.
Every year my skin just get more darker.
Darker and blacker and dark.
Oh man.
If I can respect like the black quarterback wave, no team, I can respect that because it's enough to have some decent options, man.
Yeah, for sure.
I was rooting for fucking what's that man's name? I was rooting for Jacoby Brissett the other day. When they played, when he mounted that comeback and won it on
listen, I was rooting like shit for Geno Smith, man. I was going crazy. I thought my boy was about to do it.
Hell yeah! Remember when they spun his jaw because he owed that man that money?
$600.
This is like, oh my boy, they spun his jaw. Why his shit shut? Because he owed that man money.
It was his teammate, wasn't it?
Listen, bro. I can honestly say, in all seriousness, all jokes aside, everyone on this Zoom call, if I said right now, I need 600 or somebody gonna die, could have it. An NFL player broke his starting quarterback's jaw.
How much it was?
It was $600.
That's really some modern day Friday. Like that's Friday with like athlete inflation.
It
could have been $6. It
had nothing to do with the money. I just want to whoop your ass a little bit. Like, he be like, man, I'm gonna have it tomorrow. Yeah, I only got time tomorrow.
And we get paid on Tuesday.
Right. I got the money right here, man. Nah, brother.
Oh man, I completely erased that from my mind. Jesus.
$600.
That was in the New York Post.
Geno Smith's career.
I just punished y'all like Daffy Duck, man. I couldn't believe it. The starting quarterback,
Ryan Fitzpatrick's career.
Damn.
Bro, that's one of those like that punch had some like shit to it.
Yeah. Butterfly flex type shit.
Yeah, that's 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon shit.
If Geno Smith never gets punched in this shit, you never know.
Let me find out Geno Smith's not even a bitch ass nigga, because I don't know. Once you get your jaw broke and it's like on record, I just think that he's a bitch ass nigga. Geno Smith probably can fight.
I was gonna say the thing. Do we know who broke it? I was like, I feel like it was
a linebacker,
like a lineman,
linebacker, defensive end type.
Okay, I was like, I mean. What do you? I mean,
it was one of those. He was a big Nigerian dude.
Oh, come on, man.
Didn't have a chance.
Quincy in Ukiah, somebody whooped his ass.
Yes, like
he called him an African booty
You're way closer than you should be.
Yeah, look, Quincy Ojiofor whooped his ass. Yeah.
One thing about African niggas, bro, they gonna have a long ass name until you call them Mike or some shit. Like, my name is Oluwafemi, you call me Mike though. Like,
call me Tony.
You get Mike from, nigga.
Hey man, but you can call me Olu.
Olu, like
Tolu, I hate that name, nigga.
I hate that name.
That's, when I found out how Dikembe Mutombo real name go, that shit fucked me up.
Nah, he got like 12 names, bro.
They threw the Versace beat on that shit and it had me. Man. But no, what do you have next for me, Kane?
Oh yeah, I mean I have a lot that we haven't even got close. But it's like
we keep going off on these side quests.
It's fine.
I'm having a blast.
Yeah, it's all good, man.
I'm having so much fun. Yo, Tyler, how long you think you last in that Squid Game shit?
And what now? Say it again.
You seen that Squid Game shit? That shit on Netflix about all the Korean.
I think I know the premise of the. I've seen like the red light, green light.
Yeah,
shit. That was kind of cold. Bro, I feel like I could have did that one. Like I felt like the old man was shuffling. I feel like that just would have been he was just shuffling like shit. People was out there trying to. They was moving too fast. But after that, I probably would have been toast. Like not far at all.
Have you so you haven't watched it yet?
Nah.
Okay. I'm like I got like 2
I'm done with Okay. Yeah, I feel like I'm like it was the episode I saw was good. I just haven't watched it yet.
Nah, it's one of them shits where like the internet just spoils it for you. And my whole thing was like, I've seen a lot of black folk like, oh yeah, nah, I would never do that Squid Game shit. Niggas was climbing on milk crates last month or 2 months ago for nothing.
Nigga, didn't you just sign up for the armed forces? That's just like Squid Game.
All right.
Wait, no. Me and Pele can speak personally about this. That was like, I don't know if I felt dumb or if I felt hella smart for figuring it out, but I was watching the episode the other day and I'm like, it's like the army, except instead of billions of dollars, you get the health care, some
charges.
Yeah. Yeah.
I never thought about it. I didn't finish Squid Games. I'm like 4 episodes in, but I never thought about it. I mean, the fact that you can die, just I don't know. If you thought about it too often, it fuck you up. I guess you're right. It is the Squid Games.
Yeah.
Well, shit, I ain't got no reason to finish it now. That's damn.
Nigga playing IRL Squid Game.
That's very grim.
Hey man, I mean, yeah. Yep.
Yo, shit, that's crazy, bro. That is crazy.
Hey.
I like.
Nah, I'm not gonna. Actually, I am gonna drop this random thought. The most appalled I ever was by the militaries when they called us together. They have this thing called like a safety stand down, where like they call everybody at the command or the word. Just like imagine the whole company comes together wherever you work, just to talk about some things safety wise. And they started off with an 18-year-old on deployment had been chopped up by propellers on not safe for work trigger warning. Chopped up by propellers on an aircraft, and the purpose of the meeting wasn't to like this wasn't like an loving memory. This is why you guys need to pay more attention, like stuff like it was like using him as an example. Like he was being talked about very negatively. I was on my way out. I think I was getting out like later that year or the next year, but this was like for like upcoming going out to the ocean stuff, and I was like, man, we're talking about like an 18-year-old right now, guys. That's never
you got pureed.
I was like, man, this is just a tire factory where we are just a number. So I guess when I became aware of the Squid Games, it was because I didn't think I was going to do anything that could get me killed. But that is kind of depressing. Man, I'm not finishing the Squid Games. Fuck that, man.
maybe I'm out.
It's good, but I'm just finishing it because I want to see how it ends. But yeah, there's like the last episode. It was it's fucked up.
I really this last thing.
Worse?
Oh no! You said it get worse?
I mean, Red Light, Green Light was pretty depressing because I was like, all right, these people definitely have families and stuff, but okay.
Nah, they was getting smoked, dog. Like smoke.
Bro, hey,
like,
you know what?
Listen.
Yeah.
Smoked.
They were training for that.
Hit every time. Chest shot, headshot. Man,
Son of mask, bro.
I don't like the main character, dude. I think that's what really. I just don't like him.
I didn't like. I mean, I guess that's like how it's supposed to be set up. I didn't like how we started off with the dude that was like willing to steal from his mom. So I was like,
yeah. I mean, I don't think he can act. Like I don't like that part of me. I just don't. He got too much pep in his step for me. I don't like it.
For a man to be down on his luck, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you're not down that bad, man. You eating soup. You doing all right?
What they had for dinner did not align with his debt. I'm like, that's his friend, ain't it?
You see what I'm saying? Like I ain't paying no rent. Mom live with me. You ain't doing that bad.
Mom live with me.
Yes, it's really more of a roommate situation now. I just stay downstairs. Yeah.
They make him because he doesn't act like that the whole time. Like I think I didn't like him at all at first.
He just felt a little too like happy go lucky. And it was like this is all very grim, dude.
Like I will say grim. Whoever like
it's shits by episode 2 actually.
What did you say?
It's like by episode 2 and 3, man. You get to see like, okay, now this is his reality is being shown.
Right.
Okay. He's not happy. He's down bad.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That changes things.
Yeah, but I would not really recommend it for your mental health.
It's some recreational.
It's really good, but it's like Ozark almost, and like it's hella good, but it's still like, goddamn, I shouldn't be watching.
Ozark is dark, man.
Yeah, and season 4 is coming.
Let's go. Let's go. I love that show, bro.
Yeah, I got to rewatch.
What are we gonna do now, Marty?
I don't fucking know, Marty. I love Ruthie, man.
Yeah,
is it Ruthie? Man. Yeah, Ruthie.
I thought it was Grace. I don't remember the names.
The blonde, she got the curly blonde hair.
Yeah, Shirley Temple.
Y'all know what I'm talking about. Yeah.
I
don't fucking know, Marty.
What are we gonna fucking do, Marty?
Oh man, listen, I was sick at Wendy Bird, bro. No spoilers, but I was done with Wendy Bird.
I was done with her though. Like the first
I was done early. Yeah. I've come around on Wendy.
Shit.
I've come around on Wendy.
Did you come around on Sansa?
No.
Who?
I'll never come around on
They
Sansa.
did the same thing. The mama was worse.
Actually, I'd say Sansa was really well written because of the beginning and the new writers' incompetence, or like how they finished it, incompetence, because she's well written because they try to show someone who's an obvious villain, like sells out her family, gets her dad killed. Like once you get your dad killed, there's no redemption from my eyes. Like you did horrible things. Like, you were a kid. No, man, you were pretty like cognizant of the bull you pulled. Like you sold out your blood sister. So like then them trying to like write her as like something powerful at the end. It was like, nah, man, y'all just wrote Karen. Good job.
Listen, that's me and Reek.
Just
I found out somebody I respected was like, I don't think what Reek did was that bad. I was like, what?
Yeah.
I was like,
Reek. Yeah.
Theon?
Yeah, Theon. They was like, they didn't think. I was like,
it wasn't that bad.
He turned on the whole. He got them boys killed for nothing. Like, I feel he got them boys killed for nothing.
He thought he did it himself one time.
Right, and he was lying, and he went like for a number of reasons.
Yeah.
I was all the way out, and I was like, that changed the way I think about
you now. Yeah, like you say to me, and I'm like, hold on, how you view real life?
Yeah,
but this is close to you. Agree with this man?
Yeah, betrayal just not okay.
Yeah.
Notice.
Nah, niggas told me you be stealing. Stay downstairs.
Yeah, you.
You told me you be stealing.
Yeah.
That's a bad man right there, boy.
I don't think, but I in respect to this is like the last I'll touch on it. I don't even like talking about that show. I won't even say its name, even though we were just talking about a character. Just because I don't even like do appointment TV anymore. People always ask me like, "Have you seen this?" And I'm like, "I'll get to it." They robbed my. I won't ever sit and give something to schedule again because of how they fucked me. And that's
how I feel. I'm almost ready to be hurt again, man. Because like it's something great about, you know, it's 6 episodes. You watch them, you can binge them, watch them whenever you want. But it's nothing like
watching it as an internet family, or just
when
like
everybody sees it at the same. There's nothing like it, man.
it's a spectacle. It's a
Yeah, like the Jordan, the Jordan.
Yeah, last day. Yeah, when everybody sees it for the first time at the same time, you don't have a week to get your theories and your predictions and what they're gonna talk about next, who crossed who next, and then we all find out at the same exact time. We just don't get that with 6 episodes. Like Squid Games was what, like 10 episodes. Like, here, watch it whenever.
Yep.
I get
That's
it.
about to be me
like,
with Insecure.
It's I think it's definitely different. But Game of Thrones hurt me too, bro. I just said Game of Thrones hurt me too, so I get it.
I think the betrayal hurt a little different because it was kind of like in plain sight, like for money purposes. It wasn't like you guys didn't fuck up the ending because it was a bad decision, or like we almost could respect it wasn't like something where like some people agreed this was good. It was like a like you can't please everybody. This was just like, man,
right. Everybody, that's how everybody hated it. That's how you know when like, I disagree, but I could see how they went. Everybody hated that shit,
bro.
I remember it leaking on Reddit and seeing it, but leaking on Reddit and seeing it didn't confirm, like, because I mean at this time it was still a show I respected, so I was like, maybe I saw what I saw on Reddit, but seeing it playing out, like once I saw like maybe episode 3 or 4 of the season, I was like, I can't believe this. It wasn't my place to spoil it, but I was just like, now it was just like it was like a car accident I couldn't look away from, where I was like, this is unbelievable. This is really about to happen. So it hurt.
I think it was episode either 2 or 3 where the Starbucks cup was in the shot. Like I remember I was watching it with my sister, and I was like, "Is that?" Like,
and then it happened again.
Yeah.
It was like 2 weeks later, maybe a show. It happened like that. It's like, come on, man. Y'all don't give a fuck. Why should I, man? What are we doing?
Yeah.
Hey, man, them white people trick y'all. Y'all surprised?
I will
say all that shit.
Listen, talk that talk
about some dragons and some goddamn fire and kingdoms and all that, and you surprised when the shit don't pan out, my nigga. What we doing here? Watch real TV with black people on it. Insecure dropping on the 24th.
You knew that was the first show I watched with white people. That was I was like, I just can't get into them. And they were like Game of Thrones. I couldn't get past the accent. I couldn't get past them being white until I realized if everybody's white, then everybody gets killed as white. And I was like, I can fuck with this.
Hey, yo, you guys,
this is just white on white crime.
Real quick.
You
guys remember that episode where they just threw in hella super obvious racism for no reason when they came to Winterfell, the fucking
when they was looking at Grey Worm and Miss Andy,
Why?
In a land where dragons exist, where fraud zombies exist, niggas gotta still be niggas, bro.
Spades, Who
let the colors in here?
You guys do it.
One of the extras in the background threw up blood. They couldn't believe what they saw.
Listen, speaking of one of the extras, they put Aaron Rodgers in there. I was like, y'all are not serious right now.
Yeah, right.
Y'all not being serious, and he ain't either. To be quite honest.
Yeah, that's right. They had fucking Ed Sheeran, or was that a different season?
One of them Hobbit looking niggas.
It was I think it was a different season, but that's when I think it was 7 is when they just started getting like, let's just get some famous people.
Yeah,
it's like you ruin the whole shit. Like that's The Rock. That's not, you know what I'm saying? I know who that is. Vin Diesel. Like,
have you already talked about The Rock
rapping and shit?
The rap, because that's another thing that
is that what we calling
it? I haven't listened to it. I refuse to listen to it.
Don't ever listen. Promise me right now you'll never listen to it.
I refuse to listen to
it. I swear.
Somebody said
and on my heart, I swear.
Music video.
Yeah, somebody said it was the Army recruiter rap.
That's exactly how it sounds.
Yep.
That's exactly how, and the video looks exactly how you would think. It's just not there.
That's very good description. He is a black man that is very racially ambiguous somehow.
Is he black?
Bro, he's black and Samoan.
Black as hell.
Yeah.
For real?
Yep.
It's Pop's like a famous Rocky.
Nigga, Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah, it's Pop's like that deal.
Yeah. and he's
I
gonna
thought
be
he
the
was
next
100%
president.
Samoans
Polynesian.
are pretty conservative. I would say Samoans are like more aligned to like I would say Southern Black people. They're like very family oriented and conservative. But Samoans like even culturally remind me of Black people. They like if you've ever hung around them, they kind of remind me. Like I wouldn't say they're as fond of us as they are themselves, but they definitely.
Oh yeah.
They're just so family oriented, man. Like they just that's everything. Family is everything to Islanders.
Well, now he for sure running on him and Mark Cuban gonna fight to get on that Republican ticket. I don't know what year.
It's
And Zuckerberg.
Next 2024. I think it's
Zuckerberg.
Probably so.
He'll just pick the winner.
That's what I'm saying, bro. He's like, I ain't gonna play y'all game debate for what? Like, stop this.
I'll rock bottom you through this fucking debate.
Yeah, what is this, bro?
Yeah, nigga, if you thought
just like
the
I have your
Russians,
IP address, I know your real searches.
yeah. If you thought the Russians hacked the election, wait till I get my hands on it.
Oh yeah, he's like, listen,
Who's got a Facebook?
boy's pussy, man. I'm about to show y'all what I'm really finna get into.
Really finna get into, bro. Nah, bro. Niggas are the vote for the Rock, bro.
Bro,
niggas that vote for the Rock.
You think
a
they
lot
will
of
or won't?
niggas, bro, you'll be
I
surprised.
think they will.
Yeah,
I agree. I think they will, man.
People love The Rock.
People fucking love The Rock. Like we're talking, like just in terms of in general fame, just worldwide. You put this person's picture up and they recognize it. Are there 10 more famous people in the world than The Rock? In the world? Are there 10?
Alive or dead?
Alive. Because it's, I mean, there's clearly some, right?
LeBron James.
Beyonce.
Beyonce, LeBron.
Listen, I'll say this. I think are we sure? Like, I think The Rock and LeBron is close. Like,
LeBron was the one I threw in there. I was like, I threw him a little bit more casually than I should have.
I'm trying to say, like, The Rock is big. I'm checking his Instagram followers. I mean, that's not the perfect.
Like his voice might be more popular than his face.
All right, does anybody want to guess how many Instagram followers LeBron has versus The Rock?
He's supposed to get like 100 million soon, right? Like he's supposed to get like 100 million.
LeBron, he just hit 100 million. Okay. The Rock has 274 million.
Ooh.
Like that's the scale where it's like
The Rock has 274 million.
The Rock has 274.
Soccer player famous guy.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. The Rock is up there. So I think it's like presidents.
Rock.
Yeah, a few like worldwide politicians, some of the big time soccer boys, and I think he's in that like next tier.
And it's because he's perfected the art. He's done this since he was a wrestler too. Mm-hmm. I said that like that on purpose. You country bumpkin. This one's for Tyler. He's a country bumpkin. That's the only one. He perfected the art of being like very, very famous and making you feel like he could like be in a room with you, like where you like probably have no chance to be like you haven't had a chance to be in the same room as The Rock.
You want to get a beer with The Rock? That's
you feel very like through a TV screen, like he could be your homie or some shit like that.
That nigga not nobody's friend, bro.
When you play like that to everybody, you nobody's friend.
Yeah.
But that's how he gonna win, man.
He's got that everyman to him. But I feel like the thing about The Rock is. What was that show I watched tomorrow? I binged it pretty quick, but it was pretty good. Ballers?
Yeah.
The character he was playing was closer to his real self than what he
Spencer Strathmore,
The character he plays on Instagram is farther from the real Rock than the one on Ballers. I think that.
Yeah. Like
bro, you don't get to where The Rock is being a super nice guy. Like somebody's tried to tell Rock, I don't care how big you are, nigga, and he's just like
nigga.
Whip nigga head from the shoulder.
The Rock has had to let a nigga know before, bro. The Rock has made it to places that like it takes a little bit of he said like I don't know, man. Once you get that rich, you got to do somebody dirty. You got to let a nigga know sometimes, man. The Rock ain't always smiling.
Face Off is the #1 rap song. This is just on The Rock's Instagram. #1 rap song on iTunes. #1 trending music video on YouTube. And The Rock is on the cover of Vanity.
Face Off the name of the song?
It's what'd you say?
That his song, Face Off?
Yeah, Face Off is the name of it. Yeah, #1 song
right now.
Terrible, man.
And iTunes #1 on YouTube. He on like movies worldwide.
Why did he drop a song? What is this promo for? He just dropped the song?
Yeah,
I mean, you know something's coming, but
that presidential
run, man. I'm telling you.
No.
But The Rock is like out here. Like again, there's probably 10, but it ain't 15. Like The Rock is famous, dog.
I've been avoiding it on purpose too, but it's just like Should I go listen to this?
No, I haven't listened to the whole song. Yeah, you
made a
should do
promise.
it, but you know why
You
not?
made a
Give
promise.
me your word, man. What's this? Niggas be lying, boy.
What are you not here?
Right.
I mean,
Lying in nigga face.
is he worse than Lil B?
Bro, yes. I don't know if I've heard because Little B can rap when he wants to.
Hey, wait. Everybody, hold the phone. I was joking. I was freestyling an artist to say, and I threw out the bass guy's name. That was disrespectful.
You better chill.
Now.
I apologize. The bass guy is not a bad rapper. Of course, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is a worse rapper than Lil B, along with the rest of the rap game. My apologies.
Bass guy about to fuck your bitch,
The Rock,
done.
It is what it is. Done deal. Like,
he's not better than Dwayne Wade, man.
I like
Dwayne Wade had those rappers though.
and it
I'd
was
rather
still
listen
trash.
to Dwayne Wade again.
That shit was trash, dog.
Yeah. Yes, it was.
That shit stinks, man.
Kobe Bryant verse grew on me.
Yeah. Which one? The Spanish one? Which one are you talking about?
KOBE.
It's like a featured verse, bro. I've seen the video on Twitter a few times. Like
Tyra Banks.
Yeah, man.
Blood boils when you sweet. Makes
Yeah,
you weak.
KOBE.
Yeah.
What I live for, basketball, beats and bras, Italy to the US. Yes, it's raw. Yeah, listen. Kobe can't rap, but I was listening.
I think I was telling somebody this. The problem with his was probably just like he wrote that shit 100 times, man.
Yeah. Yeah. And he practiced the moves in the mirror a little too much.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Perfectionist.
Blood boils when you speak. Makes me weak. Oh, God damn.
Hey, I'll say this. Shaquille O'Neal, You Can't Stop the Rain is the peak of athlete rapper.
Nah, Miles Bridges rap better than Shaq.
Miles Bridges.
Now listen, RTB and B's that guy. Shaq went up head to head with two real life Biggie Smalls verses and held his own. And I love RTB and B.
You said, "Can you stand the rain?"
No, it's You Can't Stop the Rain.
Can't stop.
You Can't Stop the Rain. Shaq and Biggie, fire.
All right, you know.
Biggie was rapping with everybody, bro.
Did Biggie write the verse though?
Biggie was rapping with everybody.
No, listen, Shaq wrote his own shit.
Yeah, okay.
Shaq is not Shaq is not a terrible rapper.
He's all right.
Like that's what I'm saying. He's not good, but yeah.
Shaq is like do you think he's in the same tier as Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson of fame?
Hell no.
Not anymore.
Don't be that emphatic.
Yeah.
Don't be that emphatic with the hell no. Shaq is
bro.
Shaq is fine.
Shaq is the big black guy. Like no, like
Shaq
I mean,
is,
like to us he's Shaq. I'm just saying like around the world, like Shaq. That's shit. He is Shaq. It's not Shaquille O'Neal. That is Shaq.
No, for sure. I don't think he got. Now that you're talking about the Rock, bro, I don't think so, my nigga.
Instagram followers would do it justice because I was just talking about like being recognizable, just like.
Oh, for sure.
Since since 1990, that is just like the big. Like since 2000, he has looked about the same. He's the bald 7 foot with a super deep voice.
The only thing is like it's some places like countries like just don't fuck with basketball at all. No matter how good or big he is, everybody fuck with movies.
And everybody fuck with the WWE.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? So that's why I think The Rock got that. You throw his like they'd be like, hey, they named 10 black guys before they got the Shaq. But if you showed The Rock, they'd be like, that's The Rock. Like I think famous dog. Like
that's crazy to think about, bro.
That's a nickname too, but it hits.
The Rock.
275 million Instagram followers.
That's a lot of followers, man. That's 1,275 times.
If The Rock told niggas to run down on you, like he was like, yo, jump this nigga.
Yeah, listen. Because he got hitters wherever you live. Oh yeah, you in
No, you don't want beef with The Rock.
Yeah, South Carolina. Nah, I got 1 million followers there. That's no problem.
I'm gonna send them your IP address.
Yeah,
they gonna find you, nigga.
That ain't no problem. Oh, you in Pakistan? That ain't no problem.
That ain't no problem.
I got 275 million.
They love Fast and Furious in the Middle East.
Plus, with all of that, I know like we started talking about the election. I feel like, I mean, it's not even a feel like we all on Twitter. We know like there's a whole lot of black Republicans in these streets. You put up a black dude like The Rock, charismatic, says if he says the right things, like there'll be a whole lot of, and I don't know. We'll see. Stone Cold got to Stone Cold got to run or somebody because I was like, we'll see.
Yeah,
might as well have fun. If y'all gonna put bullshit out, and that was the other thing. Like, we don't have to stay on this too long, but with Gruden, Trump said worse stuff than Gruden and got elected.
For sure.
We're in okay. So if y'all gonna put anybody in the White House, might as well have some fun. So
fuck it, the country going down anyway.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Going. Listen, we in hell, buddy. Like
I'm about to pull my Japanese citizenship and be the fuck out of
here. Bro. Yo, you seen Tyson Fury say nigga?
Yeah, that one hurt, man.
Yeah. What you gonna do about it?
Yeah.
What you gonna do about it?
That's the whole point. That's why it hurt. What we gonna?
Hey, man.
Mike Tyson for 91. Like, what are we gonna do?
Yeah.
He knocked out our best hitter, bro. Twice.
With ease, and took his best shot
twice.
I still never get over it.
I'm tight.
Yeah. Him licking that blood off his neck was like some of the most racist shit I ever seen. Like, I still don't do that. Bro. So
whole family said,
like,
yeah,
whole house said it. Nigga was
like
ringing in that house.
That was like in Step Brothers when they were singing in the car. Like, they said nigga. Like, they were singing.
Like, it was practice.
Definitely.
Nah, niggas got to shoot him, man. I don't make the rules.
Yeah,
bro, you gotta get hit or something.
You know what I'm saying?
Devontae Davis got to shoot that nigga, bro.
Yeah, he said, "Listen, you too tall for the pound now." Like,
feel me? I'll fight when you can squeeze, bro.
You stand on the tech.
Hey, man, that might not even. He took Deontay's best shot, bro. Yep. When I saw that man get knocked down for the first time, that was like watching my dad get beat up. I was like, nah. I was like, come on, Deontay, come on,
get up.
Get up!
Nah, he had a man staggered, dog. That was
load up the glove like it was the 40, bro. Deontay going down bad. My man was like this with it.
He be singing karaoke, man. After he trying to convert people, like, have you heard the good word of Jesus Christ? It's like this man bleeding out his ears, like 2 feet.
Yep.
My Lord and Savior.
Yeah, dude. Have you heard? Are you ready to accept the look?
It's kind of like he's sending you a warning. He's saying, "Listen, you can convert, or this is the other option. Are you ready to convert?"
That was the easy way.
And like the last punch that sent Deontay to hell was like Rocky, man. Like, he spun his whole. That kind of gives you a sign though for how hard these niggas punch. Because like when a 6'7" man takes a punch from that 6'9" man and his legs are gone, when he punched him, he spun him. So if he would have done that to any of us normal folk, we would just still be spinning to this day. Someone stop him, please. It's an F4 tornado.
It's the thing, like, people say it, I mean, rightfully so, like basketball, like when you see like basketball play, just how big they are, but still how quick they are, how strong they are, it's unreal. I think boxing's the same way. Like, and not that I've been to like heavyweight boxing, but it's like when you see just generally how big these guys and how fucking hard they're, even blocking something with your gloves or like rolling with a punch, you hear that shit in real life. Like, you hear the air come out of niggas' lungs. That's the shit. You don't hear that on TV.
Nah, I always remember when during the pandemic when Shakur Stevens fought some dude at Top Rank and hit him with a body shot. You just heard him go and fall out.
Listen, that's one of them that's just like, oh, it's like hitting a button, you just drop.
Nah, man.
I think it's important. I'm gonna try to go to I don't think hockey may or may not happen, but I want to try to go to like most sport events, like with good. I think good seats are important, like the best like viewing experience possible. Definitely. And I think as we know, I recently went to a football game, and my seats were decent, but I think like unless you're on the sidelines, I don't think like paying even for a football ticket is any. Like, the NFL does a pretty good job with your viewing experience in comparison to like sitting in between like the 2 minutes until they can play football. Like, shit's kind of lame actually. Like. Before it feels kind of lame too. Like, maybe at other places there's a better view experience. Before it feels specifically, which is kind of like.
It just always looks so dark in there to me.
It's very small too. Like, NFL stadiums always look like Coliseum-esque, just huge, just big old grand. And like, it's a dome for one, and like even on the inside, it's just like seating on one. It's not a good.
Damn.
It's an unserious organization, man. Come on.
That's what it is. Leave him, Pele. Leave them.
I think it's a money laundering scheme, to be honest.
I would not doubt that.
Martha Firestone married the Ford, Firestone Ford. They just can join those families.
I'm liking
That's
where
how
this
shit
is
used to work
going.
like
I might.
40 years
Like,
ago.
It feels like just an arranged marriage. I don't know how Firestone, the tire, and the Ford family end up marrying the president's son and then the daughter of the.
I'll tell you, it ain't by accident. I'll tell you that. It ain't by accident.
I'm sure they met on Tinder.
Yeah, I can't say it was on purpose, like arranged marriage, but I can guarantee it wasn't an accident.
Yeah. So like what you said, I wanted to bring that all the way to like viewing basketball games with pretty good seats is a hell of an experience. Like you said, just seeing like the grace that these massive dudes, when like you've seen the 6'5" dude at the function try to dance, man. Them niggas they act like they just was born with legs yesterday. Baby giraffe. Like, so, like it's pretty cool to this dude this size of food. And I wonder, like, I'd never be able to afford a Fury Wilder ticket to be like what's it like when this big is getting after it? Because like that would probably be like a viewing spectacle. Like, oh, people this big, like hearing a jab from them is not a jab from one of us. That's you got hit with a 10-pound dumbbell just now.
To your grill, bro.
Get swung by like a pendulum. The thing with boxing, I just feel like they move so much. Like, what's a good seat in boxing? You know what I mean? I feel like that would be my whole.
Well, close. We gotta be close.
Yeah. You would be somewhat close, but it's
just saying best possible scenario. I guess like unless you're sitting on top of that bitch. Yeah.
That's the thing. I don't want to be too like they say like blood and stuff be flying.
Right.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to be that close. I don't need to be that close.
We in the pants.
You be having that shit on probably for the after party too.
You see what I'm saying? If you sitting that close, it's like, come on, man. So
WAP is in that white mink, and now Tyson Fury got blood on that mink. Nobody's leaving this arena safe. WAP not going.
I think he's proven that. I think he's proven that he would not go.
That 40, the undisputed champion, bro. The 40.
He got the Drake under the mink.
You already know
38
that.
No, dog.
38.
No time.
He only like 3-4 inches shorter than them. He getting in the ring with him.
Gucci big nigga, man.
Gucci type big, bro.
Gucci.
Pictures with WAP are pretty funny because rappers generally are pretty short. So like they always angle their videos with like you can always tell like a shot with like no hands, for example, is shot really funny. They don't allow Waka Flocka to stand up straight the whole video. He's doing this the whole video. He's crouching the whole fucking video in no hands because he's just so much taller than the other grown men. Like rappers don't let rapper friends stand up next to them in videos, and they don't.
Waka's a big guy. Gucci big as shit.
WAP is tall as fuck. He's a trap star. I mean, I always thought Slim Duncan was he about tall as him too? RP Slim Duncan.
What Slim he's like 6'6". Waka like 6 foot. Waka just built like a running back. Like we talked to him here in Atlanta for some soccer. He just built like a running back. Like he looked like he ready to run for 1,600.
That shit be funny when you start. So you're like, did you know like Derrick Henry and Steve Kerr, same size? Just like
what?
Steve Kerr and yeah.
Get the fuck out of here for real?
Yeah, man, they're both like 6'3", 6'4". These niggas.
Oh, same height. Okay.
I was about to say, no fucking way.
I was like, wait a minute. I thought you said somebody else. Like Steve Kerr got it under the suit.
Like a LeVar.
Yeah.
LeVar looked like he had a belly. Then he went to WWE. They was like, that's a terrible cut of shirt, man.
Yeah.
Like he legit personal trainer. Your shirt should fit better than that.
Okay. So yeah, because it's funny. This was like originally why we were like, hey, this is like the idea to bring Tyler on. We got NBA opening night next week, so an hour and a half into the podcast. Let's I just want to know.
It has gotten dark outside. I noticed that.
Yeah.
It's fucking tomorrow.
I got to make dinner soon.
Lame ass.
Put his kids to bed. Hey, this nigga got a dad. Y'all seen that?
Nigga like me living alone.
Got a dad.
This nigga eating salad.
I gotta do my chores for
fast food for the 17th night in a row, nigga.
Hey, want you to watch Hurricane downstairs for supper.
Old lady screaming at Hurricane to come upstairs right now.
She beating the broom on the yeah.
Cut the Wi-Fi.
Get off that damn game.
Who the hell is Trill Withers? No, but anyway.
I said.
Yeah, get.
I don't care. She gonna grab him by his ear and take him off the Zoom call.
Nah, she gonna grab by the nape of his neck, dog.
Make me come in there.
He's like, man, I gotta go, guy.
I gotta go, fellas.
Yeah, you know, tripping, man. You know how it be.
But straight up,
Family.
where should LiAngelo go? Question number 1.
Go home and be a family man.
LiAngelo?
With somebody.
I was thinking trade school or just to his brother.
Come on, don't do that. Don't do that.
That boy not good, bro.
He has some nice games, and he can at least be somebody's 10th, 11th, 12th man.
He signed G League, didn't he?
Yeah, he signed
I think he's still. Was that super recent? Like the last couple of days?
Like a G League draft or something like that, apparently, or something. He signed for something. Yes.
I would say he's like affiliated with the team. I would say that it's a lot of people in like on the NBA scale. They're like because they somebody's friend. You could do a lot worse than the franchise's younger brother. Like it could be your 15th man.
Right.
You could do a lot worse than getting his, or getting his big brother, I should say. Look out for the franchise. That's like for Giannis. Long as Giannis there, Thanasis got a job. If Costas went back over, if he want to come back, was like, hey, I'm trying to get. Come on, man. Giannis would snap his fan. He'd be the 13th man on the Bucks.
Yeah,
because why not?
Yeah, come hang out with us.
Type of nepotism through the league. I mean,
He
just so happened to play for the Hornets this summer. He just so happened. Who?
Yeah, go figure.
You see, Dwayne Wade. The Jazz G League just signed Zaire Wade. Yeah,
you see that? What a coincidence! That's crazy.
Yeah,
I'm still gonna play in the league. Goddamn it,
Utah. I wonder what what type of the scout department of Utah must have been in on Zaire from Florida. No, I think let Lonzo even average 26-6 this year. LiAngelo will be a ball. And like 360.
You talking about LaMelo? Lonzo ain't getting no 26.
26 and
3.6 rebounds, 66.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
I think so.
I don't think there's enough shots for him to do that. Yeah. But I think he could probably average in the 18, 6, and 6 range. And I think they'd be thrilled for him to. Well, I'd say they want them assist up, but I'd say
I feel like they want him close. Like
they probably want him closer to like
15. 8, 9 assists.
Just really just distributing and then a lot of spot up shooting. But
and defense, they don't need his defense.
15 to 18 points from him on 35 or higher, they'd be thrilled.
Yeah,
30, honestly, they'd be thrilled at 35 or higher from 3, and then just keep your free throw anything 8 or over.
Yeah.
Listen,
that's a tall ask from Lonzo. Has he ever even been over 75?
His last year, I think. He was in like the
I know like last year was like the first year it was even.
I feel like he's in the 70s. Like but he don't really get there. That's kind of I feel like he take like one maybe a game, which not necessarily a bad thing, but it does. I think it limits how you can build around him when people know he's not really a threat to shoot off a dribble and he's not going to take it to the rim. Like there's just we just don't have to account for that.
I mean, I'd say it's a bad thing only because we're like all like in agreement that we think he can do it, he won't do it. So if it's a mental thing, we're like, who's going to get through to you? Because you holding yourself back is holding our offense back. You not being able to drive and draw fouls holds up other things, especially like DeRozan's like he's not your spot up 3 guy. I don't think he's going to change in year 13 or whatever year he's in. So we need you to be a threat when you drive to finish. Like the driving kick isn't there if they're like, man, he's not looking to go up. He doesn't trust himself at the line. So
well, no, I was just what's this from? Whatever. Google is saying, I guess during the preseason, he's at 78% for free throw. Lonzo. So
yeah,
that's fine.
Yeah.
That sounds like a guy that's going to shoot average through the season and maybe miss some clutch ones though. 78 still sounds mental, man. Like if you can shoot 70, you can shoot 90, man. You're in your head about it.
I think it's a quantity thing because I'm getting there 1 a game. If I miss, don't let me go 0 for 2 in a game. I don't get to the line. Harden could miss 10 one night. He get to the line 10 times the next night, 10 times the next. Like Lonzo missed 2 free throws. He might not shoot another one for 2 weeks.
I don't know, man. I think he's gotten some make-a-wish league where people have like kind of acknowledged he's gotten a bit of a raw, like situationally it's been weird, but I mean a player is like it's been a raw deal, but if he was number 2 overall, like if he wasn't like I'm gonna say he's not a bust, but he's been disappointing. Disappointing has to be fair, just because like if I draft you number 2 overall, man, you're supposed to come in and make an impact by what is this, year 5 now? We're still waiting on him to take that leap, and it seemed to be, even if we think it's mental, it's just like, man, no matter how bad this Pelicans team was, if I give you Zion and I drafted you number 2 overall, you were supposed to be able to.
Zion, B.I.,
you
got Jackson Hayes.
In spite of Stan Van Gundy.
There's a David Griffin trick y'all, man.
No, David Griffin don't trick me.
Don't trick me. I
running around doing a bunch of nothing.
Matter of fact, David Griffin does the opposite trick me, because if y'all remember, the reports were that even though Kyrie wanted out, one of the reasons he wanted out was because they got rid of his guy being David Griffin. Anybody that is Kyrie's guy is no guy of mine. He can't. Yes, that's the reddest of flags that Kyrie was his guy, that they got along like that. Hell no,
both weirdos.
Yeah, fucking man.
Yo, what's the over-under on this
nigga in the press conference?
No, what's the over-under on Kyrie retiring this year?
I would bet on him retiring. Because what do you think Kyrie feels like? What do you think Kyrie feels like he has to prove? What's his motivation? I think
if he retired, he comes back.
I was gonna say, I think he has things. Like I read that Nets book. It wasn't that good, but he said like in there, he's like, I want to win. Like he wants to have 3 titles. Okay. So I think he wants to do that. He wants to like whatever All-Star, All-NBA. But I think he has those 2 titles in mind. Now, if he get traded to Sacramento, yeah, he retire. He's not reporting. I do think if he get traded, like if you tell me he get traded to the Clippers or something, like another big city, like where he can, they let him cook. I don't know if the Clippers got the vaccine. I don't know if LA got the vaccine restrictions, or Philly make too much sense, or Miami. I think it's a couple teams where they would be like, listen, play this year. See if we can win a ring this year. We'll go from there. Play this year. We'll go from there. But if he get traded to
for us.
Yeah, the Cavaliers. Like, come on, man. He's like, I'm not even getting on the plane for that.
Yeah, dog, call it a career.
Yeah, I do think he would for that. But listen, I respect the Nets for calling his bluff today. They was like, bet. You got your own standards. We got ours. Yeah.
You're not playing, nigga. Sorry. I was looking shaky for a little bit though. They was like they turned the Barclays Center into an office building so that he could practice. It was looking shaky, my nigga. A $20,000.
I know they was trying to grease some palms, man.
I feel like, has anyone ever gotten more like? I think people like, especially the youth and his peers, really like Kyrie, and that translates to like him being like ranked a lot higher than like his basketball success says. Like he went absolutely ape shit in the NBA Finals. Like I'm not one of those guys that says like him and Bron were in step. They were going nuts when they did what they did. Mm-hmm. But prior to Bron being there, and since he hasn't been a Cav, has he been to the second
whole lot
round?
of nothing. Whole lot of nothing.
Cavs was,
and I mean, like, I know it's like, I mean, it's probably when we break it down, it's been a whole lot of injuries, but it's like, man, I do agree with the best ability is like
availability.
Available. And when he's playing, he's cooking. But when he's playing, them teams they ain't showing me nothing. Like
if he's your best player,
that Celtics team came together when he went down and broke apart when he came back.
The things that he does extremely well. Create a shot against anybody in any amount of time, in any amount of space. Mm-hmm. I think the things that he is best utilized at, you kind of only get to if something went wrong. Now, not all the time.
Or in the playoffs.
Yeah, like it's like we don't know what to do. Give it to Kyrie. Now he can definitely create one of the best ever, but in the 48 minutes in between that, it's defending and it's passing. Like it's more to the game. I think NBA players. I see it with like Melo, Devin Booker, Jamal Crawford. I think they consistently value guys who can get their own shot. Like that's who they think is. You ask them who they think is nice. It ain't gonna be Gobert. It ain't gonna be Robert Covington. It's gonna be.
I think that's like the only part. Yeah, you're right. But I feel like that's the only part where you need like the Hoopers. Like the Hoopers get to talking and saying stuff like that, where it's like, yeah, man, y'all love a dude that can get a bucket, but like it ends up like coming up with these bullcrap conversations where like people compare Steph and like Kyrie, and I don't think they're in the same tier of Hooper. No, like I think they're.
And it's not a bad thing. Steph is that guy. It's not a bad thing to not be in his tier.
The conversation, like it is a bad thing because people will bite your head off by Kyrie.
Right.
Like It's like I personally don't even believe it's like Kyrie's fault. I don't think there's more than. I think there have been 2 players of like Kyrie's size, like the 6'3" and under build to be the best player on their team and lead them to a championship. Isaiah and Steph. Like AI got swept up. I mean, 4-1, but I mean, other than that, if you're the best player on your team,
respectively,
you know, like
and again, it's not a bad thing.
And it's not a bad thing. It's just not how the game is. Like you need you a wing, or it's not how it's gonna work, man. These dudes are huge. Your body's gonna break down. It's hard to get it done in the playoffs when you're that size. But Kyrie gets spoken about like if you traded for him, you're a contender, and it's like, are you? Like,
if he's comfortably your second, like again, if Philly swapped out, that just make too much sense for both to ever happen. Like if Kyrie's your number 2 off Joel Embiid, y'all championship contender.
It would make too much sense because like I just made you too good. Like I couldn't trade. Like if I'm Brooklyn, I can't give you Kyrie. That'd be beautiful basketball.
But they get Ben Simmons, dude. Yeah. Like
that's perfect.
To watch.
Ben Simmons, like on the nights that one of them, KD or Harden, is out, Ben Simmons run the show, and when he's there,
James is like, wait, I don't have to pass, and he don't want to shoot. He just
like this is perfect. Yeah, like this. It make too much sense for both. That's why it'll never happen.
Yeah,
Daniel Moore put out the news now. They said we're not interested in Kyrie at all.
Yeah, he's scratch that. Yeah.
Kyrie.
Don't get that idea at all.
Ben Simmons is gonna come to work.
Yeah,
he didn't tell him. That's what's so wild to me. Just they were just like Ben. Like, I thought I seen Ben. I thought I seen Ben car outside.
Ben.
Yeah, so just
showed up to work.
Yeah.
How disgruntled of an employee do you have to be for them to be shocked that you are at work? I can't believe he's here.
Man. Nah, that's like when you used to cut class and then just show up one day and they're like, "Who are you?"
Yeah, you're right.
Jones. Yeah.
What segment what chapter we on, bro? We not even reading that book no more.
Y'all think Simmons just like he just showed up? He ready to just play ball now?
Hell no.
I hope not.
I feel like he got a couple tricks. I hope he does. I hope he just fold.
I hope he.
I trust Rich. I trust Rich Paul to make this entertaining.
There we go.
Hell yeah.
Hey, that's what I want. Yeah, be petty as shit. Fucking like, show up with. And he's still dating one of the Kardashians.
He be with bad bitches.
I was gonna say, listen, there's always some talent. Like
He
respectfully,
always cheated on those.
Talent. Yeah,
he stay getting cheated on those.
Listen, man. I mean,
the game is the game, baby.
Listen, he's just like us. No.
She will call back.
She
will.
No.
He's just like us, guys.
No. I can't shoot free throws either.
I can't shoot in the NBA court with NBA. You know what I'm saying? That nigga just like me.
Me, Ben Simmons, just Spider-Man. Just Spider-Man, just pointing at each other. God damn. That's a bad look. Niggas making parallels between you and an NBA player.
Like, I don't know. I feel like this is all the Sixers' fault, man. Like, it's been like,
oh yeah,
all right, shoot the 3, and he's like, nah. And they're like, shoot the 3, and he's like, nah. Then it just needs to be on them to be like, okay, then you can't be our point guard. That's just that. Like, okay,
yeah.
You just say that point guard. It's not even that. It's not that deep. It's not that deep. Like he defends and he does. Like you can run some point forward, but you can get it in transition and push it. But you can't be my point guard if you won't shoot. We can't. You won't. It won't happen.
I feel. And if I'm Ben Simmons, I'm like, listen, I never shot threes.
Right.
You projected, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I didn't shoot him in high school.
Scouted me.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You wanted this.
Yeah.
You gave me 4 years, 100, whatever. No, you married me and thought I was gonna get in the perfect shape, and you know what I'm saying? No. You thought I was gonna go back to school? No.
I'm about to write this. I'm about to start rapping. I'm about to start video time.
Yes. Exactly. I'll never shoot a 3. And you can't make it.
I'm working at Avon.
Yeah, I'm selling these Vector knives. You told me to get a job.
Oh man.
So on his side, is it funnier if he shows up and just does the same exact thing, or if he just like won't? I think it's more if he just won't stop shooting threes. will not stop.
It would be much funnier if he just keeps doing the same thing. For him to just start shooting threes would be like, oh, you been after all this time, like him tripling down, just being like,
yo,
like the crowd booing him.
No,
what if he's shooting 40% though?
Yeah, he's just nailing this shit, bro.
He's got a great
this the whole time.
He's got a great blank stare. Like Ben Simmons through his home team booing him every time he touches the ball, doing the same thing, and then winning. They're the 1 seed when he does the same thing. They're booing him while winning because they're gonna boo him.
They finna give him hell that first game.
They're a good team when he's not doing what. It's just gonna be very uncomfortable, and I really think it'd be hilarious if he just doesn't take a jumper.
Nah, I need that graphic. I need that graphic where it says like Ben Simmons.
Won a game and makes it like 8 out of 10 times. He's like, oh, I can do it.
I need him to do it in preseason. He just come out fire, and then regular season.
If he did it in preseason, shot 40% on like did it great, and then didn't shake him anymore.
Yeah, and then just regular. He's like, no, I just want to show y'all like
what y'all missing.
Yeah, I'm 10 toes in this shit. Like
I'll never.
Nah, I need him to shoot. I
want him to lean into the like Hulk Hogan, like everything lean into the boot. I want him to hype that shit.
I had a thought. I was like, man, the thing Daryl Morey doesn't understand is the pettiness of a light skinned nigga. He'll never shoot.
Oh yeah.
These are uncharted waters.
This is light skinned niggas with money. This is we ain't been here before. This is $100 million there as a light skinned nigga. He might not have came to work if not for like endorsement type deals. They might have just said, you're fucking up the money on the other ends, man. You got to show up. He's like, all right, I'll show my face. He just got in the gym. I don't know. Because him and Joel got to fight, don't they?
You said him and Will?
Got to fight.
Joel have to fight, right?
Nah.
Simmons don't want that respect.
No. No. Simmons don't want that. Well,
listen.
Wait, hear me out. Joel would beat the shit out of Ben Simmons, period.
Correct.
But it's not a comma, but it's just the continuation is, I do believe, man, them international niggas built different where I don't think he's afraid of a Kurt Fuckle. Like I think he's awesome.
He's from Australia.
I don't think it's like,
Australia's different.
Yeah, like the 6'10", like the light.
The other nigga from Cameroon, though, man.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
All his life he had to fight.
You see what I'm saying? So MB was he dusted him up real quick.
Ben Simmons probably lived in like Perth.
I just know, like, it seems like culturally, like, I don't know if it's the like involvement of guns, but like just kind of fight more internet. Like they're more with the like they'll just get to boxing a little bit more around the world. Like
they didn't already made it, man. You hear about like where's it like Giannis and his brothers, like the shit they boys was struggling.
Bro, they sold things. They were street performers.
Yeah, them niggas was struggling. So
them niggas Showtime niggas,
bro.
Showtime niggas.
They just got stretched from Foster's home from imaginary friends, tapping their feet. Them big ass niggas that like the Antetokounmpos is too damn big, man. Like you could have been street performers for long. That's ridiculous.
Only thing I'm thankful for, like Giannis is Frank Lucas, man. Whatever he was gonna do, brothers was gonna do. We're thankful that he chose to be like if Giannis was just like, listen, we finna run these, we finna just be 4 6'10" niggas.
I mean, you gotta
running the Greek streets. Like what?
That nigga FBI most wanted.
Yeah, like these niggas is hungry. Like they willing to. They don't have no limits. They was hungry. Like rent was due. Like for real.
Taking everything out your plate, my nigga.
If genes are correct, I figured that just maybe 400 years ago, you get these same genes from the same 4 6'10" brothers, but there are no guns. They're just 6'10" brothers that pillage. Yeah.
Kings is what it was. Yes. It would have been the Antetokounmpo dynasty.
Yeah. That's a fact. That is a
statues under the they got statues buried. They just got to unearth them.
Yeah,
they listen to that bloodline, but them niggas are huge, man.
So like I'm so thankful. Yeah, I'm just so glad it came to basketball because it is like, man, oh man, you owe some niggas some money. You look through the peephole, you just looking at belt loops because they all like 16, man. Like, come on.
Niggas don't even knock on your door, they kick that shit. Niggas just kicking your door like, yo, bro.
Niggas look like they just see your eye real big like in the old cartoon.
Hell.
That's a scary sight, bro. That is a scary sight. Nah, my nigga. I'm just laughing at the thought of like Giannis and Thanasis and them just getting light on the train.
He stabbed you from across the battlefield.
He just mush you, man. What are you gonna do about it?
Imagine a sword fight with an Antetokounmpo. He leaning back, getting with it. Like,
Yeah,
Nigga slap you from across the highway, bro.
no.
yeah. It just mush you. What are you gonna do about it? You just get mushed. That's your job right now. Get mushed.
I got a question, Tyler. Who wins in this fight? The Antetokounmpo brothers or the Jokic brothers? Who winning?
Ooh.
Trip tornado tag match.
That's how many? I know it's 4. Giannis got 3 other brothers, right?
It's him, Kostas,
4 total,
and Alex.
Yeah,
it's 4 of them.
Okay, how many Jokic is it?
I think that's including Jokic 3.
Okay. Oh, them Jokic boys big, man. That's just one of them, like.
and they ready too.
I was gonna say, like, in country, America is country strong, like Iowa, but they different country. Like that's with Serbia, yeah, Poland, wherever they're from. That's a different type of strong, man.
I mean,
cold weather different.
That's a tough one. That's a meeting of two type of like people that in like fought like they made it to here like to eat, and then the other ones that war torn shit ain't no joke. I know yo.
Yeah, that's like 4 tigers versus like 3 gorillas shit. Like you like the numbers. You want the sheer strength, like
they all say they their father's legacy and they bio. They clearly be living by some code of like making sure they they look like the Antetokounmpo brothers live by a code, man. Like I don't know if you want it.
Loyalty, nigga, loyalty before anything else.
I feel like somebody's gonna make a mistake because Giannis. I think the Giannis we're gonna see now because Giannis is a very nice guy, but he's also a cocky fuck. The champion Giannis is about to be also like, by the way, I've always been this player. I should have won MVP last year. I'm finna get active. And he's gonna be a whole lot of this in the niggas' faces. And someone's not gonna like that. And that's when it's gonna be hate the masses. This is why you're employed. You got to
go get suspended for 15 games, bro.
Listen, what's he go? Oh, come on, man. I can't do that. What's he go bet? He gonna take a nigga's head off, man.
You don't have to know. No one's gonna have to tell him.
He already on the court, man.
On his brother. That's his little brother. Like he just whenever he scores, he does this. He doesn't even know how to celebrate. He just has violent motions. He looks like he just wants to fight.
Honestly, he was the older one. I feel like he was like, man, I'm just gonna like lift the fuck out of these. Like something gonna shake, man.
I'm gonna lift the fuck out of these, boy.
All the rest of them string beans. He the only one that was like, nah, I ain't as tall, man. I gotta hit these weights. NBA they all like 6'10". He like 6'6".
I'm gonna get a side of this. He said, yeah, basketball. What's that? I'm gonna get a side of this. Just like
it was that or defensive end. That nigga be playing somebody defensive end, tight end.
3 fingers in the dirt, nigga.
Ooh, okay. Give me this. Antetokounmpo brothers or the Jones brothers? Jon Jones and his brothers.
Ooh.
No, Antetokounmpo brothers plus the Jokic brothers versus Jon Jones, Chandler Jones, and Arthur Jones.
Nah, Jones.
Okay, is Jon sober in this fight or not?
Yeah, he be fighting women, don't
he? Jon got to be off of A-ball, bro. He got to be. That's when that nigga's most
he be wilding. Nah, they get their ass.
Okay. Jon bad. Let's throw in bad guy Jones. By the way, he is a bad guy. Noted bad guy.
He is a bad guy.
Now, also apparently his brother does a little bit of MMA and ain't bad. Chandler Jones sack master.
Arthur the third one, I think. Is he the one doing it?
Also, he was a lineman as well, Super Bowl champion.
Yeah, with the Ravens.
I was gonna say, I know was he still playing? Either way, he's probably
out of the league. But
they all set. But
I'd rather be on that Jones team versus the 7 that's coming at him, to be honest.
Hey, dog, not for nothing. Them niggas know that high out shit, bro. Them niggas know that high out shit. Give me the Jones.
Jon Jones, when I ask this question, we're like, this isn't like a sanctioned UFC fight. I don't feel like Jon Jones has to hold back when like he's throwing a chop. He's gonna kill the first dude that gets close.
Yeah.
How big is Jon Jones? I know he's like pretty tall, but he's like kind of lengthy.
He's 6'4",
relatively, like to his brothers.
6'4", 6'5".
Yeah.
Okay, listen, man.
Them boys.
The Nationals got him by how many pounds?
I don't think it's that much.
Jon Jones is making that. Jon Jones is bulking up to about 250 right now. He's about to do a heavyweight.
Is he? Damn. Okay. I stand correct. I wouldn't. The thing I was like, he always looks lean, but then I always think he's always standing next to Chandler Jones and Arthur Jones. So okay, maybe he is 250.
It's probably that. You think it's probably that Ball brothers thing where like Lonzo could become LiAngelo if he decided to get his body to do that. He has genetic code.
Man, I think LiAngelo realized early he was Gucci either way, man.
Yeah, dog. He's like, I ain't gonna make it in this NBA shit.
He don't care about that.
Yeah, he was like, I just gotta, you know what I'm saying? he the one stealing glass. I was gonna say I just got to keep my nose clean. One of them gonna make it.
Yeah, he looked to his left. He looked to his right.
Yeah. Well, one of them's not gonna make it. He was like,
Yes.
Hey, nigga, I'd rather be Leandro than Alonzo, man. Goran Dragic got a brother named Zoran, right? He used to be in Miami with him, and they said no bull that Zoran would be out just driving Goran his Lambo. Cause it's like Goran, he got the money for it, but he's not a flashy guy. Zoran's like, I'm the flashy guy. Yeah. I'll drive I'd rather be Zoran than Goran, man.
Give me them keys, brother.
Yeah, you got practice tomorrow.
I think he played like brief. I think Zoran may have played for the Kings.
Yeah, I think he honestly is one of those. Anytime international guys are here for like 2 years, I feel like they realize it's like I would just rather dominate overseas. Like here, it's cool, but I mean they get traded at the drop of a hat. Over there, they Kings, man.
I think it's like it's understated that I think a lot of Americans don't. It's like a lot of Americans don't travel. It's not like a big thing. A lot of people don't leave their state. A lot of people have never left the country. But to be like a foreign employee, like I couldn't imagine. Like a lot of those guys, like unless they end up staying, but a lot of those people love where they're from. Like just going home and being a superstar in my home sounds a lot more appealing than somewhere else. Like it sounds backwards. Like unless you just like want to dominate on the highest level. If you're just like, man, I want to make some dollars and have fun. I'm gonna go do this in Madrid.
That boy Miritic did it right. I think he got one bag here, then one bag.
Then he got a right hook there, uppercut there, jab there.
And then
Bobby
Portis. Yeah.
I got you right now. Bobby Portis or the Jokic brothers.
Wait a minute, man. Like 1-on-3?
1-on-1. Bobby Portis or one of the Jokic brothers.
Oh, what?
Give me Portis.
Listen, Portis from Little Rock, man. Little Rock. I'm scared of Little Rock. I think I go Portis. Country niggas be in the clear board, be like, man, it ain't nothing to do. We're 8 years old. Let's go outside and fight. Like country niggas been fighting. Well, let's either go outside and fight, or let's go drive a car. Like this. When you like 9. So nah, man, you don't want no problems with Bobby Portis. Bobby Portis is very comfortable being punched in the face. Those aren't the type of guys you want to fight. Like you want the guys that like can't take a hit. He's gonna take it. And he's gonna give some back. He loves it. He loves the game.
Nah, Bobby Portis don't.
That man jaw from the rest of his cranium, man.
He fractured his orbital bone with his fist, bro.
Like just
American took the Pelicans, bro. He took that nigga's will to play in the league, and he played for the Pelicans. Like. Meritage is like, bro, I played with some shit, man. I had the Saints organization running my NBA team. You've never seen this. But that nigga hit me so hard, I got to go.
I gotta get up.
But I was like, Meritage must have did something like, I feel like there's some type of code. Like, okay, if y'all fighting, but if somebody drops somebody like that, it's like, hey, come on. Like, you got him. You got him.
No, I think
apparently none of the Bulls were like
you know, for a little while. I think that was it. That like players, I think fights happen more often than we hear about, and the fact that they ain't Portis some games for that shit.
I'm for sure. They used to have like open reporters could go to practice. They would go out and drink beer with the like. They will never get that access again, which is probably a good thing. But, Larry Bird slapped the shit out of Kevin McHale today. Anyways, like it just wasn't like
nah, bro. When that news came out that nigga almost died off that shit, I thought Bobby Portis was going to jail.
Yeah, nah, like he for real separate. Once I was like, he separated his jaw from the rest of his. Like that just doesn't feel like a.
How do you punch someone that hard?
Easily,
you just hit him flush.
How do you connect with a jaw shot that hard?
Like man, have y'all seen the Kermit Washington, Rudy Tomjanovich?
Yeah, he almost killed Rudy Tomjanovich.
Listen, Rudy Tomjanovich said he thought the scoreboard fell on him. That's how hard he was. That's one of those things like it's funny, but it's not.
Jesus.
That's one of those like, hey man, like mirror to I took a hard right. It is what it is. He thought the scoreboard fell on him.
He's like
that boy Kermit.
Way above, I thought them niggas jumped me.
Yeah.
Like I thought the scoreboard fell on me. Like I thought there was a natural disaster. I didn't think this was violence. I thought this was a disaster. Like there was no way a human did this.
Just the end. This is just revelation. For our protagonist.
Ain't no way.
Is this the end of my story?
Some shit. I thought.
Find out next week. The same underdog day. The same underdog time.
Nigga thought the scoreboard fell on.
That's just a level of punch. I'm just not interested.
Nigga thought the Jumbotron fell on him, bro.
This nigga's like that just running around in the wild. That strong.
Bro, he turned around. Rudy Tom Johnson was running at him full speed. He did a complete 180 and dotted his eye. Oh, this man playing. This man is clearly in the wrong
boxer.
Yeah,
you can't teach that. Shoulder.
That man said I thought the Jumbotron fell on me, dog.
Bro.
Nah, bro, because I'm trying to picture this nigga saying that microphone's all in his face. He's sitting there, got all the bandages on, and he's just like, "Yo, man, what was going through your mind? What was going through your mind, Rudy?" Dog, I thought it was. I was just sitting there. Every micro, they just taking a picture.
Come on, man, because I've seen it.
The building collapsed.
I've seen it, but I gotta see this. I remember they said that nigga had spinal fluid issues, man. Like
he said he could taste the spinal fluid. It was he's like he couldn't figure out what it was. They were like, "Yeah, you tasted spinal fluid."
Let me see this shit again, man. Because if I remember the video, did he have it coming, or was he trying
he really did. He was running. He really was running in trying to help. And Kermit Washington turned around full speed.
Rocked it.
One hitter.
Kermit said, "Shit, we just gave him some help. I bet he won't come around."
I think Rudy needs some help, man. We just gave him some fucking help, man.
Nah, Kermit Washington seen a white man running at him, and his ancestral instincts took over.
Listen, that boy jumped. Kermit jumped, man, and
he punched through his face.
I'm telling you, it's textbook. You can't teach it better than that.
Why? It's almost like you know, like when somebody does like karaoke and it's like clearly you sing for real. Like,
yeah.
You're not supposed to be punching niggas that hard, nigga.
Not without gloves, nigga.
Right. Not without a referee, 3 rounds in a square circle.
Nah, bro. Niggas send the bills out the building.
Like I feel like I don't think Rudy came in there with peaceful intentions. I think Rudy came in there to do that hugging, a little bit of that. Hold on, now what you doing? He
hold his arm, yeah.
And
oh, baby, we playing basketball.
Hey, Kermit said, "I ain't going, man."
I also will say this: the punch is crazy, but him hitting the back of his head like that hard doesn't help.
No.
That nigga
wait, what? The back of
when he got dropped.
I feel like the punch probably would have knocked him out, and then I think he may have hit the back of his head and woke him back up. Like I think he woke up to
on some cartoon shit. You start acting wonky. They gotta hit you in the head with a 2x4.
Then you get back to normal.
No, that was that's tough. Yeah.
I mean, we can laugh about it now because we don't.
Also,
he's fine. Yeah. He made the Hall of Fame. Like he's fine. Championship coach, but that would be my
the first thing you
talk about it.
Your name is not Hall of Fame. It's you got punched in the fucking.
That would be my whole listen. That's why we don't run on the court during fights. Not because you get suspended like Amari Stoudemire. Might get dropped like Rudy Thomas. That's why we don't run on the court during fights. Are we understood? As a team, as an organization.
Yes, sir, coach.
Yes, sir. Yeah, that's a $100K fine if I catch you running on.
You want to end up like Rudy?
Right. We had Rudy come in and talk. Man, I thought the fucking news fell on my head, dog.
Rudy just has to go around the league, 30 teams, holding a seminar called "Don't Be That Guy."
I'm Rudy Tom Jonovich. You might know me
the basketball. Yeah, I used to be just like you.
Aggressive. I'm here to tell you what you don't. That guy. What guy? That guy.
Nah, bro. I'm just thinking. They just hit as soon as the punch about to make impact. You probably wondering, how did I get here? Hi, I'm Rudy Science.
And if you're hearing this audio, you're dead too.
Did you get your shit rocked? Yeah, it happens.
Yo, nigga, nah,
this is Gate CA. He sent your ass to hell.
That's what happened when oh man, no, Deontay Wilder. He said he wants to. He said he wants to kill a man in the ring.
Yeah,
that's
what you see when you're that guy.
You remember that when he punched the dude in the mascot uniform?
Yeah, broke his
jaw.
He didn't
broke his nose. He broke some bone in his face.
It wasn't that the lie is more entertaining than the truth. It came out that he was fine.
He was fine.
Still, shit.
Ooh,
I think if he breaks that dude's jaw, he probably has a case against him. Even if he
Here's the thing. If you're Deontay, I think I want that on my rep. Oh, you ain't really hit him that hard? I want that on my rep. Yeah, no, listen, we ain't got to go to court, but here's a little something. You just keep that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, feel me?
Yeah, I'll put your lights out. Yeah.
No, fine.
Deontay is such a weird, like the holding the pose and then the perfect about face is the funniest part of the video, not the punch. It's like, why did you about face? Why did you punch that guy? Like,
once he had on that jumpsuit that said "Rich Vibes," I said, "That nigga's losing." And that was in like the they probably shot that 2 weeks ago, and he had on Tyson Fury had on a hat that said Jesus, and Deontay had on the
knock out a nigga with Jesus on the head.
This nigga's gonna lose, dog.
You think your Hawks make the conference finals again this year?
You know what? I think there's a route. I'm like not even homer shit, because if you look at when Nate McMillan took over, they won 70% of their games. Like that's how bad Lloyd Pitt, respectfully, the king, but not the best coach for the Hawks. They won 70% of their games. So when you look at it that way, a team that wins 70% of their regular season games, making it to the conference finals, don't feel like as much of a fluke. You know what I'm saying? So I think Cam Reddish coming back, I think he's going to have a good year. DeAndre Hunter, who was big in the Knicks series and then got hurt. Bogdanovich was hurt during that run. So I feel like the Hawks, they're a deep team, got a little playoff experience, full-year Nate McMillan, and like again, respect. They went straight through the 1 seed. Like it wasn't no fluke shit. They went straight through them. So I think like it's Nets, Bucks, Sixers. I get like a tier. I think they're below that, but I definitely think they can get back in the conference finals for sure.
Yeah, I feel like Trey's always been confident anyways, but for him to go as far as they went, like it's just
first playoff run.
Yeah.
John Collins apparently is a superhero. He just
dunking niggas through the earth.
Bro.
That boy got paid the bag. I think he's gonna have a big year too.
I think I was about to say that. I used to talk to people about the Hawks were my 2K team when I didn't want to use like a super powered up team, because when the year they drafted Kevin Huerter, I was like, I don't know if you guys see, it was like the Kevin Huerter Amari Spellman draft. I was like, they're trying to build the Warriors. They're just doing it kind of poorly right now. I was like, if you know how to use a couple of these dudes for them, bro, they got some shooters on this motherfucker. So I was like, man, the Hawks like they're gonna be good in the future. And I would talk to people about the Hawks. I was like, they're gonna be good in the future. And I was like, but I have a source. Sources tell me that Trey and John Collins aren't too fond of each other. That source was Tyler. I got it. People tell me I was Chris Broussard with it. So, but no, I think.
Wait, what did I say?
When you did that, when you interviewed John Collins, like how they kind of just didn't really get along. So I would be like, I was just like, man, it seems like if they try to stiff John Collins,
quote is mixtape.
That bitch too much. I didn't even. I was like, man, they kind of were telling John Collins like, play this out. We're good on you. It kind of felt like for a while.
Yeah, well,
they went hard to do that, and I think they kind of brought everybody together.
Yeah, well, honestly, I think the whole time it was one of those things where Trey was mad at John was mad at Trey, and it's like we both realized we should have been mad at Lloyd Pierce.
Yeah,
like I honestly, I think it was like John said. I mean, he said in public, he was like, Trey shooting like a 30-foot jumper with 19 seconds left on the shot. Like our defense not even set up. You're missing more of these than you make. The ball's going back to other. Like we shooting ourselves in the foot. They look nice when they go in. It's gravy, great. Mm-hmm. But you're putting us at a disadvantage.
Yep.
And I don't know if Lloyd Pierce was telling him that, like, do that. But what Nate McMillan got through to him, and I feel like he's naturally a great like, I don't think he's a selfish player. That's why I do wonder if Lloyd Pierce was telling him, like, hey, you got to go make this shit
Get
happen.
your bucket.
Yeah,
We
go
need
get us a bucket.
Trey.
Yeah. But now you see, like, Bogdanovich can get a bucket. Herder can get a bucket. Reddish can get a bucket. Capella. Yeah, Capella for nothing. For a first-round pick. So, yeah, I think they deep enough, talented enough to get back in that mix. I don't think it was a fluke.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Boy,
I can't wait
for the Knicks to just be
Devin
good.
Booker. Like,
the Knicks are not going to be good. The Knicks aren't a good team. And,
man.
Nah, come on.
Man.
Based off what?
They're not a championship team. That's what I mean when I say they're not good.
I'm not saying that. No.
Okay. Well, I mean, if those are the two options, then yeah.
Well, no, because he said I can't wait for the Knicks. I was like, what are you waiting on? Like a first round, second round exit? Like we're not
second round exit. Give me a second round exit.
I'm thinking the Hawks are injury away from like tripping and falling. The Hawks can get like they're like a bad beat away from it. Like they can win a ring. They have the if they stay healthy and something goes wrong with like one of these teams we expect to get there.
They're too deep at every position.
Yeah, like
legit
they're in that tier now where like that Raptors roster where if you just keep at it and you're not gonna beat LeBron James when all goes LeBron James' way. But if LeBron doesn't make it or if KD tears his Achilles off the bone and you kept your shit together,
that's all you need.
They're now in that
Giannis got his.
It does not matter what happens.
And his ring fit the same like that.
Ring is a ring like everybody else. That's a fact.
No, it is what it is.
That's a fact. Game's the game, baby.
It's like LeBron James slowing down is evening out the league. Is that what happened? Is that what's happening?
You say what now?
Like LeBron James no longer being a guarantee to be like half of your championship is like evening out the field of the league. We're like now it's like even and then like bad teams have like a young player interested in like the Houston no shot at the ring. But I'll see what Jalen Green got going on tonight if he's on.
Yeah, I mean, and just speak to there's that much talent in the league. Like before, yeah. Like it's team, even the Thunder and Oklahoma City are openly tanking and still like both have multiple players that are intriguing, worth watching.
You want to see Lou Dort?
Yeah, when like the Grizzlies was going like 9-73 to get Mike Bibby or something, like you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like you know what I mean? Like there's just I think the talent floor. I mean ceiling too, but I think the talent floor of the league is what has jumped in the past. Whatever, 10, 20 years, whatever.
Imagine taking to get Mike Bibby.
Yeah, listen, a fine player.
Hey.
A fine player. He went number 2. Kevin Durant went number 2. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's luck of the draw sometimes.
Like my new theory on bust, where like a lot of these players, it's just so hard for them to bust because like the talent floor like been coming up so much is like you knew LaMelo was gonna be able to play in the NBA. Well, LaMelo's a bad example because of like his public life, but like Jalen Green, even before the G League, man, that AAU team he's been on, like you've been able to see him against NBA comp. His teammates are in the NBA. It's players in the NBA right now that know Jalen Green is better than him. Some 19, 20-year-old knows, yeah, man, he played with me when we were 16. He's been better than me for a while. Like
for a long time.
Like there's a certain confidence you can't buy coming into the league already knowing some of these peers of mine because the league is so young. I'm already better than you. I'm finna boogie on Austin Rivers because I used to play with Austin in LA. He can't guard me.
That's why I'm in on Cam Reddish.
I've always been on Cam Reddish because of his peers. The way Cam Reddish is peers.
Yeah, that's exactly. I was all out at
on that video. He said Cam. Like Anthony Edwards can give you 30 and said Cam. That's all I need to see.
Maxey was in there. They was like, who the coldest person you ever faced? And they asked like mad 5-star recruits, some like older, some same age, and every single I was like Cam Reddish, like without a question. He gave my team. He's like he didn't give me, but he gave my teammate like 50 something. Like so, by all accounts, was just that guy.
Well, no, Tyler, you have to remember, known player motivator Mike Krzyzewski didn't have him living up, and then he just keeps getting hurt on purpose. That's what happens. He keeps hurting himself on purpose and not performing. That's why he's not playing well because he keeps hurting himself.
Well, listen, you have 3 top 10 picks. You definitely win a championship with that roster. So
surely.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, there's no.
Surely.
I think there's any 2 ways around that.
Cam Reddish is like what? No older than. I don't think he's 22 yet. He'll be fine. I
really came by a dream. That nigga came. I think buy a lotto ticket.
This will be their 3rd year. Yeah.
I was in like when players like him come in shooting as bad as they're shooting, you're just like, man, if he's shooting this bad, this can't continue because he wouldn't even be confident enough to take these bitches if he wasn't making them in private. Like Ben, it would be like a Ben Simmons situation where he's like, I just can't do it. Like if he didn't think he could make it, he's just missing the little better. But then he came in like defending at a level where you're like, at his baseline, we've got something going on two-way wise.
Yeah. That's where you come in and earn minutes.
Huge last year for his confidence. Those playoff minutes were huge.
Yeah, because he came like not only like looked ready to contribute. He had been off for weeks, if not months.
Like, off an Achilles injury.
Yeah, it just jumped in, was like, I'm ready to go.
Hit like 4 or 5 threes in Game 7.
Yeah, so it's like I
bring niggas back.
I think he like, man, I've been ready to get on the court. So I feel like he has a really good season.
He's looking at those what's his name, Virginia kids minutes. I think he thinks those minutes should be his.
DeAndre Hunter minutes.
Hunter. I mean, Hunter cold too. I don't want to take anything. Hunter's cold. He like higher ceiling, lower floor than Cam, but like right away he's just.
I think it's the other way. Really?
For Hunter, yeah, because the thing like Reddish was one and down. I think he was 19. Hunter was like an old sophomore, so he was like.
Hunter has a higher ceiling but a lower floor.
No, I might have said it wrong. I think Hunter has a lower ceiling, higher.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I may have misspoke. I think Cam Reddish has the higher ceiling, lower. He has more potential as a prospect. That's my bad. But yeah, Hunter, like I thought he was going to be nice. I thought 4 was a little high for him, but it's like if you like your guy and he's there, or you get the picks to trade up and get your guys. If he's your guy, you get him. Yeah. And he gave up. I give 15, 20 pounds to Julius Randle and really gave him hell like their first. Round. So that like shows like, okay, he can defend if he can stick with guys just giving him, 10, 15, 20 pounds weight, give him a tough time defensively and hit threes. He was playing some good ball. So it's a good problem to have, man. Like the Hawks have drafted really well.
Had Julius Randle in fucking hell, boy. Had that nigga playing in a phone booth.
If somebody, I think you've said it before, not like somebody was like, "Hey man, just put a little free scratch down. Who you got coming out the East is still the Bucks for you?"
Yeah, it just like this. I don't know what the hell's going on with the Nets, and I don't think the Nets do either.
No, they don't.
I don't know what the hell's going on with the 76ers, and the 76ers don't either.
No, they don't.
The only reason the Bucks weren't the 1 seed last year is because they started tinkering to see what worked. The 2 previous years they were comfortably the 1 seed. Last year they tinkered to see what worked. It worked. Like it worked out perfectly. I think they know exactly in terms of like pacing and stuff. Because like I remember the whole thing was like, is Giannis, he can't play more than 32 minutes in the game. Is he pacing himself or whatever? Then he was playing 40 minutes when he needed to. So I feel like Bud got that monkey off his shoulder. I think they playing free. I'm in. I think I saw the Bucks plus 900. I love that.
Did they lose anybody?
PJ Tucker went to Miami, which he helped them defensively for sure. But he wasn't an offensive threat. And Bryn Forbes, the other way around. What you say?
4 and 5 with him on offense.
Yeah. So I think they got George Hill went back, I believe.
Grayson Allen picked him up.
Yeah, they got Grayson Allen. DiVincenzo will be back. I think Semi Ojeleye is going to fill those PJ Tucker minutes. Just because
Semi Ojeleye over there?
Yeah, they signed him for what the minimum, whatever.
I believe Portis
the dirtiest looking nigga.
Portis is still there, so I feel like they got more or less all the same looks they got last year. And
yeah, that's because DiVincenzo was hurt. Yeah,
and now I think he comes like I don't think he's not gonna be here for the start of the season, but I imagine he's back by the end. Like I feel like they check every box. I don't know what they don't have.
Side note, I have a personal beef with DiVincenzo because, man, I've seen Michigan lose in the championship twice, man. We got smoked by Villanova, and then allegedly we lost to some school that plays in some place.
Listen, that never happened, so I don't know what you said.
And then, like, it was weird because, like, allegedly when that happened, I don't know, they said it did. The next year we lost to this other bum-ass school in the same state. Like, we lost, like, so I'm a Michigan fan living in Kentucky, and we lose to some school allegedly with a Peyton Steele-led team. And then, like, a Harrison twin, bum-ass Harrison twin, hits a step back to send us.
That boy Aaron, oh, man.
It's just like,
I'll never forget that, boy.
School. And, like, the thing about being a Michigan fan is, even if somebody's not too into sports, they're brand enough to where people can hate on it, where they're like, oh, you a Michigan. And it was just, like, 2 years in a row, I got sent to hell in the Elite Eight and the championship game.
But at least one of them counted, though.
The first one, I don't even know what I'm talking about. I'll be off good game.
Yeah, I mean, hypothetical.
Allegedly, I like to hypothetical depression. I'm addicted to it. Like,
you like to kid around here.
But no, I think the East is. I don't know the Bucks. The problems they seem to have like Giannis at the free throw line always seem to be like, man. I mean, the form's ugly, but it's mental. Like you're not airballing free throws unless it's mental. And like he goes and does that 50 and hits all those. Like I think we see like a very confident Giannis.
Imagine Giannis hitting 90% of his free throws.
Fuck out of ain't no fucking way.
But I don't even think that's what I think.
Yeah, I know, but
no, but I think like the 90% isn't feasible. But now I know on the highest stage I can do it. Mm-hmm. Like you can't buy that confidence now knowing I can do it. Like he was
70% in the if he just does 70% in the playoffs, they're Gucci. Like there's ain't no hacker. He hitting 70% of them. If he just that's where it's like, okay, yeah, I know I can do this. And that's Dr. Trilly, it's like that's a difference between everybody not built like Giannis, everybody not built like Ben Simmons.
You think that's like something that is just like you think that's like all the way back to his childhood, like where a dude that was doing street performance could never let you shame me for airball? Like, do you think it goes back?
Hell no.
It might be something to that. Like, listen, like, what y'all gonna laugh at me in the arena? Like, what? That's the worst that you got for me. I don't know. It's been destined for balls since. Yeah, you know what I mean?
School.
Like since before he was born.
That's what he been for how long? He been the number one recruit for how long? Never shot threes. Never needed to.
Yeah,
he was still winning in high school. College, they sucked, but that wasn't on him. Still went number one. Still made the All-Star team. Still got the max. Still, like all this. So in his mind, like he could be like, "Listen, my way is working."
Yeah,
but it's like it is in the grand scheme, but
for you,
in the second round of the playoffs per se, not so much.
Dumping it off to Tyrese fucking Matisse Thybulle.
That was with Trae Young under the bucket. That's bad. That's bad.
I don't know. That moment right there, I don't know. There's like I remember George Hill's facial expression at the free throw line before he misses that. Like there's sports where you're like, I knew before what happened because of just like it was like I saw it in his face. He was afraid. Like. I probably would be too. I'm a normal person, but I saw it. And when he gave that ball to Matisse Thybulle, I didn't see fear in Ben Simmons' face, but I saw absolute shock in Matisse's face. He did not know why he had that ball.
He shouldn't have it. Yeah, listen.
Like he had no idea why I had this ball. Everyone on the court had no idea why he had that ball. I don't think Trae knew why he had that ball.
He shouldn't have the ball. That's just
the long and short of it.
Because, like, even he got fouled going up, but, like, there was, like, a half a millisecond of hesitation because he didn't know why he had the ball. And then I think he smokes a free throw and then hits the other one, or maybe he might have even missed them both. But, like,
he might have smoked both.
Like, why does he have – you said he missed them both?
He might have smoked both, yeah. That's what he's talking about.
So, it was just very confusing, like, why he even had that ball. And just moments like that in sports are funny where you're just like, did you see that? Did you see the whole court get, like, break the fourth wall? Where they were just like, no, y'all saw shit.
Niggas pointing at the camera like, look at that fucking nigga.
Had like an office moment.
Dead at the camera, like you see this nigga, like you see this.
Listen, that was me the whole time. I was like, LeBron can't post up JJ Barea.
Right.
That was that was like the mental. It's like because I've always liked LeBron, but I've always been a mellow dude, and for whatever, like LeBron, he's always been a better player, duh. But I was like, you're not gonna put Carmelo Anthony in the fucking finals and guard him with JJ Barea. That's what's not gonna happen. That's what's not gonna happen. Ever.
Carmelo gonna shoot 50 fucking jump shots. He's like, nigga,
listen, he's like, I'm gonna give him a 31 game. Yeah.
I said,
yeah.
I'm gonna have like a movie on that, some like type of documentary because like we watched the child star have like his like make or break, like what am I gonna do post like this is the most shame I've ever felt. Like I've always been like you're the greatest, like you're the next one. This was the moment it was all coming together and I shrunk like a motherfucker and the whole world is laughing at me. What am I gonna do? He came back and got a ring.
Story, yeah.
But like it's gonna like he probably like he does the fake 0 dark 30 thing on Twitter until like last year. Like we acts like he's not on the internet. Like he like had to like
he could be lying, bro.
Yeah. Bro, he was liking ass pictures on the gram, bro. Like
who among us, baby?
Listen.
Allegedly.
Yeah,
that's a family man.
Let's not point fingers here.
Bryce was on my phone.
Yeah, man. You know what
LeBron was definitely fighting. I don't know. LeBron wasn't my favorite player until he smoked the Pistons one time where he did that thing against us in the playoffs. That like as weird as that sounds, it like because like I don't know, it was like people try to like do the revisionist history thing. Like it was a thing to like not be a hater, but if your team had a rival, like nah, I don't fuck with Bron, bro. We be trying to win a chip. Like nah, I don't fuck with Kobe. Like I'm trying to see them in the finals. Like I don't hate
Fans
Kobe.
ruin that.
Yeah, but he did like 30 straight, and I was like, man, it's tough to hate that.
No, he's at the highest expectations of anyone I've ever seen, and he's exceeded them. Not a drunk driving, not a fight in the club, not a he was photographed with another nothing.
He just drinks a lot. That's
it. He's an alcoholic. Again, he's a functioning alcoholic.
One of us.
He's just like
just like me.
Jordan, like it's the greats.
Miguel Cabrera.
All the greats.
Who you see coming out the West?
Man,
and what is LeBron James' obsession with point guards that can't shoot?
Bro, nigga should have got game, man.
He want hoopers, man.
Rajon, Russell.
He want hoopers. Bron want hoopers. That's really what it is.
Yep. Like him with a good mind.
Well, I think it's arrogance, but probably somewhat justified. Like, listen, I can draw more attention than anybody in history.
Mm-hmm.
I can get this person an open jumper.
Mm-hmm.
He can make an open jumper.
Yeah.
I think that's what's right or wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, 2 years ago it worked. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Rondo hit just enough. Caruso hit just enough. It's like, listen, I will get you wide open jumpers.
Mm-hmm.
You just got to hit enough of them. You just got to hit enough of them.
I'll give you, with you saying that, I'll give you this. Maybe he's refined his search for, because it hit me very specifically, like, it started to hit me, like, throughout my life, where, like, they say, y'all say Bron teammates can't hoop, then they leave, and they start hooping, and you're like, but seriously, so you see it, right? Like, Jordan Clarkson couldn't buy a bucket, and now he's hooping. He's winning awards. And it's like, I think there's just a different pressure to playing with, like, the most famous player in the league. Like, it's just a different night in, night out. So, like, maybe LeBron's refined his search for, like, not necessarily how good can he shoot, but, like, is this a mentally, like, locked in guy? Like, can Russ go 0 for 40 and know I need to take another one as good as I took the last? You can. So maybe that's what the search is now.
I think that's like, again, J.R. Smith, he's like a terrible mental error. Ultimately, it doesn't change the outcome.
Right.
Yeah, it doesn't change. They win that game. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think they gave him a decent fight that game too, but they weren't winning that series. Mm-hmm. It just, but he knows, because the 2016 finals, if we get down there, I know I can pass to JR and he can hit it. I trust him. He trusts Rondo and Dwight, the old niggas. He trusts all Bazemore and
Bazemore. My goodness, he's so horrible.
Bro, Wayne Ellington on the team.
Wayne Ellington.
He's in the league because he's Steph Curry's friend.
Listen, I mean, he always Gucci. He got the Under Armour plug, man. He probably owns stock in Under Armour.
He's got the Under Armour plug because he got Steph Curry to sign Under Armour.
That's what I'm saying. They probably gave him, like, listen, here's 10% of the company, man. We would have never. I think it ultimately comes down to, when the games matter, they only need to fill 2 spots. AD's gonna play the 5. It's fuss every year, and every year he plays the 5 when it counts. Every year. Bron's playing the 4. Russ is playing the 1. You need shooting.
Mm-hmm.
I see Monk taking that step.
I think Monk's gonna have to. I know Horton Tucker. I saw he just had surgery. Or is about to have some surgery. Like he'll be back, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think Melo can play crunch time defense at that 3 to make shots?
Hell no.
I mean, it seems like defense, man. At the end of the game, defense got to matter, and it's like, because, like, you need to have a player on the other team. That's like when we're always talking about shot makers. Like, yeah, Melo might not be able to defend, but do you got somebody that can attack this? Because, like, Melo can play for a couple seconds. Like, if you don't got somebody that can get a bucket, it don't matter anymore.
Listen, this last year, I saw Trae Young and Lewis Williams play Eastern Conference Finals 4th quarter minutes because the Bucks could not attack. If you can't, you know what I'm saying? I feel that way about Jokic. He's not a good defender by any stretch. But for the most part, you're not like your big man not going to outplay him. I feel like he makes just enough stuff, like, you know what I'm saying? Really good rebounder. So it's like, is he that bad of a defender? Again, he's not making no all defense teams, nothing like that. But I think for Melo, the difference is he put the effort in Portland defensively.
Yeah.
they were just literally like one of the worst defenses of all time. Like last year, they were, if I'm not mistaken, the Kings were the
29th.
worst. Yeah, I think the Kings were worst of all time. If it wasn't for them, Portland would have been the worst of all time. So you put Melo around that, yeah, they're not going to be very good. You put them around, they had the number one, Lakers had number one defense. You put them around that, I don't think he's going to hurt you. You know what I'm saying? I think he's going to play to what you put him around. You put him around Damian Lillard and Anthony Simon, like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, y'all going to have a bad defense. You put him with AD and a locked-in Bron, and I think Caldwell Pope, I think that's going to hurt him.
He was, because he slid his feet for sure.
Listen, he was the third best player on the championship team.
That's a fact.
He was the third best, and I think Russ can be that.
Yeah,
because I don't like. When's the last time Russell Westbrook was comfortably the third best player on his team?
Never.
When Kevin Durant was there, not even think that.
Not even because listen,
James Harden wasn't James Harden yet.
Yeah,
the year Harden left, Harden won 6th Man of the Year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Russ made second team All NBA behind Kobe and Chris Paul. That's where Russ is. Ever since then, he's been second or first best.
Mm-hmm.
Russell Westbrook's not a dumb play. I think he's like, listen, LeBron is better than me. AD is better than me. I'm gonna get in how I fit in. I just feel like he's a smart enough player. He's not gonna turn into a 40. Yeah, he's not gonna turn into a 40% 3-point shooter, of course. But when you looking around the options as Bradley Beal or Daniel Gafford, you know what I'm saying? He's like, fuck it. I'm gonna pull up. But you know what I'm saying? If you looking at LeBron and AD, I think he's smart enough to realize, yeah, because when they play off of them, that's when I'm gonna make some noise.
All-time humble superstar, because he's played on some teams where it was like, damn, bro, could have been me. What the fuck?
Right.
Yeah.
Like, because a player his caliber, like, especially at his age, because I mean, a player his caliber should be like where I'm good enough to where if you have me and you're trying to win, and you have a roster that's trying to win, I can get us to the playoffs. You give me some help, we should be a final. Being another superstar is a finals contender when I'm at my healthiest. I should not be playing on teams that are hoping to make the play in. Like, this is a waste of my time.
Right.
He just like kind of just does it and like leaderships the shit. Like apparently like everybody's under his wing. I'm just like, man, Russell, like he gets talked about so bad for being like his teammates love. Even Kevin Durant and him seem to love, like they seem like have beef over when things ended, but they always loved each other.
I don't think it was ever no beef. But like, could things be handled better? Would they do things differently? Probably, for sure. But look at, did they ever hate each other? Like, I hate Russell West. I don't think it was ever.
Nah.
I think maybe
they've been playing together since they were, like you said, 14, 15 years old. Yeah, and I think you need on a Lakers team where not as much, I feel like respect like these last 2 years, but they can like it's easy to coast regular season. LeBron can coast, AD can coast. Like AD,
that shit disgusts me that he goes.
Yeah, listen, he
should not be coasting.
I agree, but I think he's
NBA season too damn long, yes, but he's too damn young to be coasting. He's supposed to be. These are years of dominance for him. He's like, yes, he's supposed to be dominating.
MVP seasons.
That's what
LeBron rubbing off on him wrong, bro. LeBron can be dominating because there's nothing that's gonna change his bottom line. He's ring hunting. AD needs to be giving me 65 to 70 of dominance.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's if you like under clutch and you following the LeBron guideline and you not LeBron, you're fucking up.
Nigga.
You know what I'm saying? Nerlens, Rich Paul sold him that dream.
Yeah.
He bought it. Tough scene. Ben Simmons trying to play like you know who I am. I'm Ben Simmons. And they're like, oh, like you're not LeBron. You know what I'm saying?
Nigga, we know.
Yeah. They don't know I'm Ben Simmons. Yes, we do.
Yes, we do.
You won't shoot. But yeah, if you like taking the playbook page for page, you're not LeBron James. It's not gonna work out like that. If you don't tailor it to you, then I don't know what to tell you.
I mean, yeah, like I love AD's game. I think I don't know, like that. I think like him being as fragile as he gets said is a bit overstated, but like it doesn't help that like on prime time you just notice like because people don't watch games for real, they be lying. But when you see
That's also a fact.
You just kind of notice that like when that nigga hits the ground, it looks like he just broke every bone. He gets up, but it just
since Kentucky, like, dog.
Yeah, and it's just like, and then he is like he's an injury, like there's a stat sheet stuffer, and then there's like what was that receiver back from the Cardinals that was always questionable? Like AD always got an injury, but he always in the game.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of part. They used to say it about Vince Carter, like nobody's ever went to the locker room more and come back. Meaning, like usually, like, hey, you go into the locker room, like, hey, man, he not coming back. He tore some shit or something. It's like nobody's ever went to the locker room and come back more. But yeah, I think it's generally like overstated that he's injury prone. He's not Mr. 80 games, but we've seen when he turned it on, he can be the second best player on a title team. Like that's it. Almost like LA working as quickly as it did might not have been a good thing. That's my hot take for Anthony Davis long term. That's my hot take.
My hot take is this: they should have fired the coach, even though they won the championship.
Oh, Bucks or the Lakers? Shit, I know Bucks fans are saying the same shit.
Yes.
Look, I don't hate it.
I think defensively, like he was willing to. I just think, man, what I see on offense, when it looks bad for the Lakers on offense, it looks horrible. Where you're just like, wait, who do they have on the floor? None of these. What is this? What is this? Like where you felt like did the world have to bully you to tell you to sit like JaVale McGee's ass down? Like what was that? Like in the bubble, it was like, who do you have on the floor right now? Rondo can't be doing this. It's criminal. Like so. I mean, not even Rondo, but there was like some time. But there was some times where we were just like, bro, get Dwight on the floor or get him off the floor. Like get the Morris twin out of there.
I think I mean, again, Frank Vogel also baby boy candidate. Yep, went there. I think he played there. It was under Patino. He was. I think like some of that true for sure, but I also think some of it is one. Anthony Davis, he'll play 5 when it matters. He just doesn't want to play it all the time. As a coach, you have like that's your job to adjust. If he's not going to do it, my job is to adjust around this. And with LeBron, for whatever scheme, whatever he's running, he's got LeBron motivated on defense. I can't say that's all on him. Like LeBron has to want to, but at the same time, LeBron respects him enough to. We ain't heard no, you know what I'm saying? Oh, Vogel's on the house. If they lose this stretch, because Jason Kidd just left. Because it was like Jason Kidd was
happy with his coach.
Yeah. So you know that for sure. So whatever he's doing, I think schematically he might probably be a little overrated, but I think relationship wise, because again, he's got LeBron buying in, he's got AD buying in, he's got a team full of old fucks basically to look at this guy who's not that old. Like Frank Vogel, not that old.
They seem to like him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. To a man, that's all it is. I think they respect him. I think during the championship run, I think he showed when he needed to make, like, was it the Rocket series? I think when it was just like, hey, JaVale and Dwight, y'all probably just not gonna play. Yeah, like y'all, and they was like, cool. Yeah. And I think at that point it's like, oh, okay, he knows he can make the tough decision, and he's willing to, and brought him back the next series like sporadically, and it was fine. So whatever he's saying to get. You know, JaVale, probably a little over. Like, he showed he can contribute to a championship team. But Dwight was a wild card. Nobody knew what the fuck Dwight Howard was going to do.
That bothers me. I don't like the narrative about Dwight, man. I blame a little bit of Kobe. Dwight's a first ballot Hall of Famer that's played well.
Oh, by far.
Like he had like a 30-30 game in Charlotte. It hasn't been as terrible as they make it seem. Like, he's clearly just annoying as fuck. That's clearly the problem.
He's annoying, and I think he was born like 5 years too early. If you drop Dwight Howard into this, where his maybe 10 years, like, you know,
Schuster, but marketable and talented.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he had all that. They were basically running it thin, like, you know, Dwight in the post 4 out shooting. But back then, it was guys that could shoot. You put like 4 like ball handlers or creators, knowing that he could anchor your defense on the other end, anchor your rebounding. And for whatever you think of his post moves, he getting 20 points a game on 60% shoot. Like, how it looks, I don't really care.
That sounds crazy because you drop prime Dwight, like you change nothing about his game for the time. You just drop Dwight in the game, and then you turn Hedo Turkoglu instead of like, because there are no specialists. There is no Hedo Turkoglu, nigga. You better dribble and like Michael Pietrus now. Like, yes, you can spot up, but you also can slash and defend. Like now, like you've turned this team into like Kawhi is now just like Dwight Howard. Like I just need a centerpiece of superstardom and then service. Yeah.
I think, with the Dwight thing, I think it was somewhat over, just in the sense it's like, oh, he wants his post-ups. I was like, I feel like with every good big man ever, every single one,
wanted to touch.
You get him some work early. You get him some work early, get him some work when he runs the court. Get him some when he runs it. Like, it's not hard.
The pick and roll lob satisfied him. Like
that's what I'm saying.
And
even it's like, hey, he wants to post up at the beginning of every quarter. If we got to waste the post up to keep him engaged, we got to we just got to keep him engaged.
That team was in the finals and was the better team for like the first game of the finals.
That shit still hurts, man.
Like the thing is, man, the narratives are so crazy because it's just like, that's what I mean when I say people either A, don't watch games, and then B, it really don't matter how it happened because like niggas don't even remember we're like a Courtney Lee bonehead move away. Like we're like a why the fuck is Ray for Austin?
Come on, you twisting the knife now, man.
Like Ray for Austin's supposed to be in the game, man. Not Jameer Nelson hurt ass. It's like Stan Van. It's not about being right. It's about winning.
I think that was I was like, Phil Jackson, X's and O's, whatever. He manages the personalities. Stan Van Gundy got the X's and O's, don't manage the personalities. And that can be the difference on two teams, like closer match than you would remember that you like Kobe. Oh, they had Kobe, Gasol, and all that. That was a relative, like that team went through a 60 whatever win Cavs team, like a hot knife through butter. Fucking smoked the Cavs. Yeah. And Stan, he brought Jameer back, completely like just shook up the rotation, basically. Just shook up the entire rotation. Didn't work. Got smoked.
I mean, people be begging for this parity. I mean, it's like it's only so many teams that make the finals, and so many teams. Like Dwight Howard is one of the in the last 20. So since 2000. So in the last 21 years, there's two teams that make the finals. There's only been so many players that were the best team on a team that made the finals. There's been a lot of repeats. He's one of them. Like this is he went number 1 overall. Like that's expectations. Like took a team that drafted him number 1 overall couldn't have been good. So
right
number 1 overall to the finals.
When he was
like
18.
Like dudes that do this, like if you do something like that, that's guaranteed ring of honor. And niggas talk about Dwight like he's like he just had that one incident that I have questions about, but that's alleged. And so
I was gonna say if people get on him for that, I think that's fair.
I think we watched him have a midlife crisis because these tattoos came out of nowhere too. But
listen, the hair, I think it's what happens when again we're watching these guys come into our life.
I thought about that too till I remembered his head shape. Give him a break about the hair because his head is unacceptably small for his body. It's like, what is he supposed to do?
That's what I'm saying. You see somebody at 18. Imagine if like everybody in your circle, everybody you knew got to watch every single thing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? From you're not the same nigga you was from 18 to 21 to 24. Hopefully not. So I think this Ben Simmons shit.
That's fascinating. Depend on that and like the view. When are we gonna start viewing these athletes that get drafted as early like child stars like they are? Like they grew up like Disney.
They 100%. Like how are they not? Like in 10, I guess in 20 years, if we look back and was like, oh yeah, this was. I mean, it was a blip on Ben Simmons' radar, but he went on to continue like he either adjusted or he went on to become a first ballot Hall of Famer.
I remember when I threw a 24-year-old tantrum, but I got mad when I was 24.
Magic Johnson tried to get his coach fired. Magic Johnson said he was going to retire when he was like 23. I think they had won the finals and lost the finals. He was like, fuck this shit. So it's like this. In the long, Kobe wanted to be traded, so they'd never put on the Bulls.
They hate the
all this. It's interesting. It gets the clicks now, but long term, I just don't believe 90% of this stuff is going to matter.
Yeah,
I really don't.
That's 25. Yeah, I mean, I think, I don't know. I know we have to get out of here, so I feel like it's just gotten dark. I don't know how much more time you guys have, but what you sipping on a cup of that oil, or that's just a little bit of hydration?
Nah, man, I've realized. Listen, school night, no more cross-faded. I'm old.
You're in school?
Huh? No, I mean just like during the week school.
Hell, man, fuck you, man. I'm in school. I thought we was about to relate on this page. You graduated. I got you like 47 years old.
Yeah, I'll never go to school again. Yeah. So fuck that. Fuck school. No, I was like, listen, if I'm gonna hit the gas, ice water. Game's a game.
Do you have to maintain like a level of how to word this? It's like so for me, like I'm in school, but my campus is shut down. So Saturday is Wednesday is Tuesday. Time ain't real. I don't give a damn. Like somebody was like, hey, man, I got a ticket for you. Come to LA. Like I'd be there. Like so, just be my laptop. Like what is like? Is time real for you? Even though like you have like responsibilities or like.
Listen, time hasn't been like this is in a different way. This has more or less been my lifestyle since like I've worked from home since 2015.
Okay.
Right. So when I was with Barstool, I would go up to New York maybe once a month. But overwhelming time was work from home. So then the pandemic hit, and it's like, oh, everybody's work from home. It's like, yeah, welcome. So this time ain't been real to me. More so, day of the week I found is more important to me than time.
Right.
Like I need to know what like different shit happened on Tuesday versus Thursday or whatever, but like the time, it makes no never mind.
That's one other question that I wanted to ask you. Yeah, because if we've had you for 3 hours, I don't know what your schedule is. We appreciate it.
No, man, this was fun, man.
So with Balin sends his regards, his computer died. But yeah, my question.
With the library shut down.
Yeah.
McDonald's Wi-Fi be shooting up and down.
Here come my guy, Starbreak.
Balin, I'm not a part of this, bro. I ain't a part of this. I don't support this.
Somebody said I need that McGriddle. He said I'll be right back.
Man, it's my internet, y'all.
Getting cold.
Bailey, my guy.
Yeah, but like, do you? Because like thinking about Bomani, shout out Bomani Jones, getting that show at HBO. Like, sure. Do you like want to do that, or do you want to stay in sports? Like, I always just like been interested.
Man,
you want to stay independent?
I do like the independent vibe. I can't lie to you, but as far as like was it? They get like before I started this, my sister's a teacher. I spoke to her class because they wanted to know like like social media stuff online. And I told them like legit, when I graduated from college, the job I do now didn't exist. Just was not a possibility. It wasn't something to shoot to. It wasn't do it. If I get a master's, it just wasn't a thing. Mm-hmm. So I can't like in the future, I can't call it, man. Because 2 years ago, I probably wouldn't have said I'd be doing this. So I feel like versatility, like just trying to stay ready. You know what I'm saying? Stay ready, so you have to get ready, and being willing to try different shit.
Right.
So if it's like, okay, if an opportunity came up, it's like I never considered that, but fuck it, like what?
Right.
What's the worst that can happen? What are you?
I get this.
They find your emails, Tyler. That's the worst.
Oh shit! I hadn't considered that. That is the word now.
What were you saying, Pele?
No, I guess I've got a two-part. It's the only questions I had for him. The first one being, so as you've like, I don't know, risen to this level of, I wouldn't say fame, popularity, where like you probably can still walk through the mall, especially in Atlanta, like and the Migos walk through the mall, so like you're fine. But like, just like, has it gotten to a point where sometimes you lay back and you're like, yo, what the fuck? Because like to you, like you're still you. Like, I mean, like does it ever get surreal where you're like, damn, I met Nip or I met Kareem? Like, do you ever lay back in your bed when you're back at the crib and you're just like, I'm about to blink and this shit ain't real? Like childhood me will believe what the fuck.
100%, man. 100%, man. It's anytime I see a picture of Bill Russell, it's like I shook that guy's hand. Like the guy that we was talking about like the Cam Reddish respect from his peers.
Yeah.
Bill Russell is the one person I've ever seen in all the retired players event I went to. Bill Russell walked in and that bitch went silent. Like when I tell you just the level of respect, admiration, all that people have for him. And it's like, I got to shake his hand, right? I know he's shaking a million hands. Don't matter to him. Matter to me though. You know what I'm saying? I've talked to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar like multiple times. There's just not a lot, and have good experience. Like I heard Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was a dick like all my life. Heard he was like a dickhead. Couldn't have been nicer.
Wow.
Could not have been nicer. So yeah, often it's like, again, like you said, it's not fame. If it is, it's all the worst parts. Like it's just, like I've been recognized that, and it's just not a comfortable feeling for me. So like anything more than it's like
I'm like we're doing this for like pretty much the Discord, and like I'll like say where I went to high school, and I'm like, I don't even know if I want to say that or something like that.
Yeah, listen, I'll say this. That's a good mentality to have, right? Because back then, like again, when I got on, I think Twitter 2012 or some shit, like nobody knew how any of this shit worked. Just in terms of old tweet emails, whatever. But more specifically, I say you don't know who watching to get your like people that follow you for 10 years. You say you're high school. Oh, okay. All right.
Right.
6 months later, your first car was what you said, Chevy. You know what I'm saying? It's people be scamming like that. So that's not a bad, and that's something you learn along the way. But
I mean, it's like I try to balance that line of like I feel like we got a lot of my peers or just people that I see on the internet are like
for sure
living this like they want to be the main character. They want to know what it feels like to be a celebrity. Anything to feel popular, like the got deleted repost, like anything to feel important.
Attention, yeah.
Like, but for me, it's just like, you know, I just don't want to. I do like to kind of hide in my stuff just because you never know, man. You just want to keep some type of privacy. Yeah.
I was, in all honesty, once I just seeing and hearing different stories from like women about just how creepy dudes, just how easy, like, you know what I'm saying? He dropped off your food 6 hours ago. You don't realize he circled the block. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just shit like that. You just don't realize. So if you say something that's a throwaway, somebody gonna remember it. Somebody somewhere is gonna remember. Oh, he's, you know what I'm saying? He said his mother's maiden name was Smith. You know what I'm saying? Somebody, now they might not have bad intentions. I don't want to put it out there because from my experience, people just overwhelmingly good. But it only take one bad one.
To you.
That's what I say. Again, I only speak for me. I can't imagine what anyone, I was gonna say like a famous woman, literally any woman, just mentions look like on a daily basis. So this is definitely speaking from a place of privilege.
Yeah, that's like I don't even know if it would be something I appreciate, because like you read a little bit up on history and it's like the whole women being treated as like less than instead of like equal, or sometimes it's like a newer Western type thing. Like in history, women have been viewed as like they were women in power and in charge. So it's like damn, it's just like some shit that we kind of, it's like this isn't even real, but this is even hard, like a habit to break.
Great. It shouldn't. You would think not.
But
but alas.
The second part of the question was like, so I don't know. It's because if I was to ask myself this question, it would be hard because I'm not comfortable speaking about myself. But I'm asking you, like, so you're fully aware you've got a skill, a talent. Like people enjoy hearing you speak when you dip the pen. They like reading your tweets. Like there's different outlets of things. Is there like I have X amount of dollars, or I've reached X amount of popularity? Is there a lifestyle that you're like, okay, I want to get here, then I'm cool, or like if it's like, is there an amount that you sell out for? If somebody's like, I got a show for you, like where is it where you're just like, like, cause I mean, like, I don't know, like for me, if somebody was like, if I gave you a blank check, what would you do? I'd smoke a joint and be on the beach. Like, I don't, like, there's certain things like, so what is it where you just be like, okay, here's what I'm doing, where I'm good, or like, I'm doing this, like, where's I don't even want to say the end goal, but do you have?
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. I guess I don't, it's not like a number in my, like it's a thing Chappelle said a while ago about his dad told him, like, you know, have a number when you're ready, when you're willing to walk away. But he also told, and this is what stuck with me, it's like, listen, if you can make $40,000 being a comedian and $40,000 being a teacher, be a comedian. Now, if it's going to be more or less the same. So I try to look at it in terms of that. It's like, if I don't really need all, that's just me. I'm just not a lavish person. I don't live beyond my means, none of that. So I guess maybe I haven't been exposed to that number yet, but I can say when I was in a position to like walk away with nothing, no real safety net at the time, I knew what it wasn't. It was like, this ain't what it was. So if it is a number, I mean, and again, selling out per se, I feel like is
it's got a negative connotation.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like there's one like selling out, like, oh, it's just branded stuff. But then it's like selling out like racial stuff. So it's like selling out can mean a lot.
Like if you start saying that you're Italian, you know, you claim you're Italian here.
Really, Tarico, yeah.
Well, I mean, like, so like when you're hanging out, like when you get to like I'm like when you're hanging out with the retired players, and then you get a glimpse of like I'm not saying you're aspiring to be to that level, but you see like again, like you're aware of the, like, you have a skill or a talent that could, like, if somebody was to say, like, there may be a call where they're like, hey man, you got the follow now, we want to offer you this. Is there, but then it comes with also that doubles your followers. Now, instead of like the amount of annoying people in your mentions, now it's even more, or like now, instead of like doing the Discord, now you just have like an Instagram where you've turned off your, like, it's just, Like it would come with the X amount of dollars or X amount of comfortability that you like aspire to see would also like, I mean, because even if it's not what you aspire to, like if somebody was like, hey man, now we've sent somebody to rub your feet every day, I'm not gonna say no. Like
I was saying that's the thing. And again, it's the Ted DiBiase, the $1 Million Man. Everybody got a price. But I think just for me, it's been not so much, okay, for this amount of money, I will do this. But it's been like, okay, there are things that I won't do for any amount of, like, it's one of those, like, if it's X, Y, it's like, okay, those are not even as much as money. Like, okay, well, if they reach this, that like non-negotiable things. And I feel like it's whatever rise or whatever I've had, it's been a slow burn. So it's been like really allowed me to see things at different phases and talk to different people at different phases. Like the first time I feel like I saw fame. I was in New York the same time as Arian Foster. And we've been following each other for a while, but we had never met. But he was coming to the Barstool office, so we got a drink later that night. And it was a thing where he 6 foot tall, like it wouldn't be like, hey, that's a pro football player. Late at night, walked in, a hoodie on his head, and got it immediately recognized. Sat down, his back to the door. He's like, you mind if I get back to the door? I was like, yeah, for sure. Recognized again. People walking up to him, buying us drinks. The waitress there was like, when we first came in, she didn't know who he was. When she came back, she was like, are you? And then my dad was the biggest Texans fan, all that. Just shit, like, and all that happened within like 2 minutes. Yeah, like that. That's when I was like, that's fucking fame. So it's like, whatever I gotta do, I know what I don't want.
Yeah.
Right. I don't want any, and if it comes with that being an option where I legit, again, in New York City, man, it's a fucking million people in there.
Wow. That's
and again, he's recognized, but again, football players, they wear helmets, like, you know what I'm saying? And people were immediately bang, and he just handled it all. Like, he was very polite, but he just handled it, and I was just like, this is just regular for you. And he's like, you just get used to it. And that's when I was like, whatever happens, I don't ever want to get used to it. Not that I would ever be on that scale, but that no part of that seemed appealing, because everybody was so nice and so cool. It take one dickhead, right? It take one ass. You see what I'm saying?
No, I've always had this analogy. Like, I want to be good enough at fighting, so yeah, I can protect myself. But I never want to be as comfortable as boxers are being punched in the face.
Right.
It's not. Yeah, it's just not something I want to get used to.
No, I want to go to dinner and be alone or with.
Like I remember this. A good friend of mine was at Georgia State, same time as Calvin Johnson was at Georgia Tech, and he was like, I would just sit like every day in like the student center or whatever. This man Calvin Johnson would like sit down to eat his lunch. People would just walk, just like screaming at Cal, go, you're the fuck, all that. Man, just sit there and eat his lunch. He's like, just the level. Like, how many times that has where you don't have no response to it? He's like, I'm talking about a whole, like, bad, like, everybody is just, and he's just like, thank you, like, and just eating his lunch. Like, that level, he wasn't in the NFL yet.
Depending on how you view life, that's sad, bro.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's at a point, because again, if, like, Shaq was supposed to be 7 foot tall. Everybody not, like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like everybody know, like, a super tall nigga that's like 6'7", 6'8", and they kind of awkward. Like, it is what they're not used to being. They stick out everywhere they go. Shaq was built for that. Certain people are built for that. Certain people were not. Like, just Greg Oden. I think he's like, I wanted to be a dentist. I was 7 foot tall. I can't get my hand in literally in people's. It just wasn't an option. So yeah, I think with Calvin's just nature, what I have read and know about, I feel like that's more his nature. But even then, for it to get to a point where he was like, I could, like, just screaming in his face, just could not believe they saw Calvin Johnson. And again, he was at Georgia Tech, not Alabama. You know what I'm saying? This wasn't him in Miami in the 80s. It wasn't Alabama. It wasn't Reggie Bush. So I can imagine what they go through. But I imagine that if you want that, maybe you go to USC, and if you don't, maybe you go to Georgia Tech.
I got you. Yeah. I got you.
That's
And niggas finna go to bed. We can go on that long.
Nah, it's
man, you
it's
know,
only 6 o'clock over here.
at this point in time, he got people downstairs waiting on him with violence, so he just stalling.
Yeah, yeah.
He stay on this stage 24 more hours if he can. He not welcome down. No, but I guess I know I said I had no more. We never touched on Chappelle, and you guys had very differing views on it.
Nah, that's what I'm saying. What do you mean? I don't.
Yeah, that's I wanted to hear. What was
like? I wouldn't say differing. I just when I leaned more towards like the jokes about the we both kind of all agreed we didn't want to hear him talk about that LGBTQ topic again anymore. And then I just said that like when I rated it out of 10, I think I gave it like an 8.5 off my first watch, and I think you said you gave it like a 4. Okay.
No, I didn't rate it.
I thought you said. Well, I thought you said you just it was his worst. You said it was his worst.
I laughed the least.
Yeah, like you. And I was like, it was some parts that like kind of gave me some like gut punch and laughter. I just wanted to because I didn't hear. You said that you guys were both gonna do a rewatch. I was just like, oh, did you guys get in? Yeah.
I didn't get. I was supposed to do it today in time.
I haven't done mine.
Yeah.
I think actually waiting a little bit longer, letting it marinate, like making it feel a little bit more fresh. I watched it like the night of at 3 a.m. and I laughed out loud a few times.
I was gonna say like the parts that I found funny were really funny, but also I agree it's like just of even the Netflix ones, not even taking into account like the previous classics. Yeah, I feel like I laughed the least amount of time during this.
Yeah.
When I like that, you's a bitch ass nigga for doing this to me. When I tell you, I've laughed at that for 24 hours straight. That's funny shit I ever heard. But yeah, I just in total terms of like not laughing.
Yeah, I
agree.
There was something you had asked on the fun report that you'd asked. I can't remember what the question was now. It was something you wanted to. It was directly at me. I can't remember what it was you wanted. Dang. It was something about either the Lions. I know you remember, man.
I remember what you're talking about.
Damn,
I think it felt like it was Lions related, wasn't it?
Of course.
Was it Pistons related? Maybe was it about like my expectations of the team or something like that? No. What did you ask me? It was something Detroit sports related. I'm 100% sure.
I'm trying to think. Why wouldn't be no Tigers talk?
I'll skip past it.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, I have no who played for the Tigers.
Was it about the game that you went to? Or
I don't think he talked about that the pod prior to that. It was I think you had said like you maybe it had come up maybe in the fireside and you want man, it slipped.
Nah, it was something, but
maybe damn.
If you remember, like let me know, but
I can't remember. Man, I'm off too much of this Jon Gruden, man.
I was gonna say, listen, man, I've been smoking for hours. Don't trust a single thing. I say like what?
No, that's all I had other than the Chappelle thing. That was it for me.
Straight up. Yeah, man. I don't know, Tyler, if you had anything.
No, I appreciate y'all having me, man. This was fun.
Thank you for coming on.
Straight up, maybe we can
over anytime, man.
Maybe before what else? What you say?
Anything you need to plug, Tyler? I know you are your celebrity.
I don't want any more people to find.
You sure you don't want to be in New York at dinner being asked, "Are you Tyler?" Are you?
Listen, not even the flick. That's not fun. It's just I always feel like it's an old situation where Martin Luther King was just signing autographs, and a woman just said, "Are you Martin Luther King?" And he said, "Yes," and she stabbed him in the chest with a letter opener.
That really happened?
Yeah, I swear to God. He got stabbed in, if you look it up, it's pictures of him like steel knife in the chest, one of those legit, like, hey, if you would have 2 centimeters the other way, out of there. Yeah, look that up.
Wow.
And it's so, and again, I'm not clearly on that level, but I just anytime are you so and so? Yeah. Wow.
Who's asking?
Yeah, well, what you mean? What you mean?
Julio Jones. 11.
You heard of me? It's really you. I thought this day would never come. I thought I'd get away unscathed.
Now that you say that, my favorite thing is like the whites not knowing Trill is not your name, and that like
Oh yeah,
your
listen.
name just because like that's too cool. Like nobody's name is Trill, but
Listen.
that would be dope if it was.
It would be great, but they just had no idea.
And then like, okay, I guess not knowing Trill isn't your name only because like, man, it's with Withers. You know it's a player. Like, come on, what's happening?
Listen, they have no idea.
I know it kills me every time. It kills me every time. It's the Withers. It would be dope.
Yeah, it'd be fucking sick, but yeah. Y'all think Dragonfly Jones real name?
Yeah.
Like, you know, like it might be shit now.
Well, I'm about to do something that's gonna make your ears hurt. I'm about to do some discussion board posts for college because I'm in college.
Actually,
yeah, that's my cue, but yeah, I don't support education at all. I don't.
Man, they pay me to go. That's the only circumstances I do it. I would never pay.
Respect.
Only way.
Couldn't be me. No.
No, listen. I think about it every day.